Alright. Last time on Beast World, our delvers take a moment to compose themselves after their venture below, conversing with their new allies, the Crescent Divers. Sonny and Connie, the local town guards, come bounding over to welcome everyone back and are curious about the artifact in Aspen's possession. Aspen gives it a few tries and manages to show that it can control water, but they aren't certain how it works. With the dungeon sealed, they return to Mayor Nato to report their great success. Nato thanks them personally and says they will honor their Dell with a celebration feast, as they don't have much on offer to repay them. Aspen, using the remaining time with their huge size, go to help acquire more lumber for the village to aid in repairs, with the help of supervision from Ignatius. Charlotte, in the meantime, spends her time using the water-breathing potion, underwater. Yeah. Man, I wrote that sentence real bad. While doing so, she notices that Mendez from the Crescent Divers is watching her. The two converse about their experience in the dungeon, and Mendez is surprised to hear that they witnessed the Traveler. At the celebration, Vanya gives the twin rabbits a map and the Lock of Trickery as a gift, and a good distraction toy. Iban later joins their delving table, interested in their group after their success in the dungeon, and inquires about their next destination. Discovering that the party is looking for a missing scout near the western coast of Edelstann, Iban reveals that people who tend to go missing near the woods don't ever get found. Over the course of the night and the next few days of travel, Charlotte uses her ability to read cards to cast augury and tell a few divinations of the party, namely for Vanya, Ignatius, and Vegas. After a good rest, the party has advanced to level 5 and sort out who gets what loot from the dungeon hall. With the village saved, the party depart north towards the riverbed city with a few days of uninterrupted travel. The city's size is quite grand along the border of Alamance and Oria, with guards being a mixture of both Alamanian knights and Orian watchers. The crew gather supplies and seek out information while they're here, overhearing there's a local dungeon scout selling leads at one of the border's taverns. Charlotte approaches and mentions that they're looking for a missing scout, which gets this scout's attention, as he introduces himself as Veneer Anders, and that he's been waiting for someone to find Marisha after she went missing. Charlotte also mentions that they encountered the Traveler in the dungeon, and describes the squid-like beings they saw. Veneer jots down the information to be forwarded back to Louvain, but expresses concern about the sighting of what may have been leftover commanders of the Invader War tampering with the dungeon. The party conversed further with Veneer and learned that it might be quicker if they cut along the south end of the mountain if they could find a local Wainwright to upgrade their wagon. And we're going into a scene. I don't have any observers here.
Oh, I like this place.
Yeah, dark map. I might have to reload.
Yeah.
Joke's on you nerds, I can see everything.
There we go. Alright. So, you've just finished conversing with Veneer, exchanging of informations, and have gained the knowledge that you can likely make it to Edelstann hugging along the mountains to the south. And not having too much of a deal so long as you are wary of the auric mammoths that roam around that area. But you are also in need of a wagon upgrade, as traversing through the snow with your current setup may extend your travel time.
Well, we're gonna need 2, because we got 2 wagons, so... is gonna get pricey.
Hmm.
So, what are we doing?
So what I guess if Vegas owns
Oh.
the Rio,
That's right.
so Vegas should have say.
Over what?
We're looking to get
The
the wagon
Rio.
spinned.
Well, yeah. You think I'm not gonna upgrade it?
I mean, you could probably take charge or make suggestions. I don't know.
I suggest we upgrade it. And the other one too.
But
Hell
these
yeah,
are
great work.
only gonna be temporary anyway, because
Oh wait, like this is stuff we can take off.
yeah, didn't he say it's like skis or something?
I don't think
not-
the horses can wear skis.
No, the wagon, dumbass.
Just excuse you.
Just kind of shakes her head at Vegas. Okay. Well,
All right.
let's go find a rain whites, I guess.
I would argue that putting skis on horses would make them worse off in the snow rather than better, but what do I know?
I don't know. I think a horse could rock skis quite well.
Thank you.
Are there any equine beasts in here?
Amongst
I don't see
the
any.
group of delvers that you see that are kind of like moseying about in this tavern, no.
Okay. Joke failed. Okay.
Why the long face, Vanya?
It's a short face because I'm short. Shut up.
You shut up.
You're proportionally long on a short body face.
Does that even make... You know what? Never mind.
I didn't put much thought in it either. Regardless, where do we find one of those wagon fellows? Rainwhite was it?
Rain White?
It's a hard word to say. Shut up. Just walks outside.
Wainwright,
We
Wainwright,
are
Wainwright.
doing this for the sake of speed, so
My
we
map
can
is
get
still
through this
completely
without
dark.
wasting too much time.
Are your eyes turned on?
Yeah, I mean, like
The
I
map's
see all
gonna
the
be dark.
tokens.
Do like a drag box away real quick, and then...
No, I've been doing that. It's not.
Oh, weird.
Like I get fog of war. Like I see that you guys are vanishing behind the door over this way, and I have line of sight, but my map is textureless.
Weird,
Freaky.
'cause global illumination's on.
That's a refresh thing.
Yeah.
I refreshed.
Yeah, it's working
You
fine.
may have to
Me.
do it again.
If that doesn't work, close your browser out entirely, then reload it all.
I mean, I re-logged in like right as the session started, but yeah. Anyway, continue.
There's a Smith's down there. At least it looks like a smithy.
Well, I mean, I am no expert on such matters. I merely drive them. But would it be as simple as putting spikes on the wheels?
I feel like we
Oh.
would chain them. You know, for ice.
And then the snow?
And we would just cover it up. I've been through snow before. You just cover up the rest of the wagon. It's like a tarp.
well,
Desperately trying to apply our knowledge of cars to wagons here.
we can...
And
We
how
can-
much horsepower?
Ah, yes, no tire.
We can always ask. I mean,
I say, I
if you
say
wrap
we
it-
go find the expert before you end up crashing the wagon with me in it.
No, guys, just wrap the horse's feet in chains.
just looks to askew with a help expression. let's go check the Smiths. Kind of pointing rapidly in that direction.
You can also, ask people for directions.
That's too easy.
That is far too easy.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm gonna do it.
What do we look like here? Sensible
So-
people?
Bye, Norman.
Going to walk up on this person covered in gerbils, whatever that is. I just kind of try to get their attention.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Hi,
lot of gerbils.
We're looking for a way to upgrade our wagons so they're better suited for up in Oria. Do you know where we would go about doing that here?
Oh, yeah, you're probably wanting to find Rainwhite Pal. He's just down around the corner here. Very large, wagon station. Pretty hard to miss.
Up down to the left here? Kind of points down that street.
Yeah, just past the water well.
Okay, thank you. Iggy! He waves him down.
I saw an anvil. I thought Wainwright.
Zoom. Oh, I see it.
Are tokens very sticky to the tiles for
Yes.
anyone else?
Right
Yes,
now,
thank
yes, one of the modules I had to disable was the drag ruler. So if you've noticed that they're very weird to move at the moment, it's because that module has been disabled because it was making... If you tried to move something, it would just freeze and it wouldn't do anything. So it's
Noted.
been disabled at the time. And for those viewing, stream view is also disabled, which is why you're seeing a lot of the other side details. So we will get these hopefully sorted out by the next episode.
Norman has dropped internet apparently, so we'll be back soon.
I am still on a black map, but I can move everything in real time, so I'll just play along like I can see everything.
I accidentally grabbed everyone's tokens there. Yeah, I don't know why yours isn't working.
I'm unsure. Like, I see all the door, interactables and all the tokens, and everything's moving.
Sounds
But,
dumb. Hardware acceleration?
Oh, wait, where's that setting?
Depends on your browser.
Yeah, it's a browser setting.
I mean, I'm using Chrome.
Yeah, you want to make sure hardware acceleration's on.
Should be. I haven't. Alright, I'll check my settings.
That looks to Vegas. You should probably head up first, and then we'll, with the Rio and everything.
Yeah, one second. Yeah, I'll approach first. I just can't see where I'm going.
Yeah, some technical difficulties tonight.
Does the dog need a seeing eye lizard?
I do. Can you take my hand and guide me? As in, do I just move my token? Thank you.
Vegas has their hat pulled down over their eyes. It's fine.
No, I actually just forgot to open my eyes. I'm the dog from the ancient Mesopotamian joke. Thank you, the one person that got that. Okay, so yes, hello. First, is it Rainwhite or Wainwright?
Wayne Wright.
Oh, I was asking that in character. I was asking the man about his profession. Anyway, okay. Yeah, we need 2 wagons outfitted for travel in the snow.
The large Servain figure with blonde hair and small spectacles looks in your direction. You need some upgrades so you can travel further north, is it?
Yep.
We're aiming to go off-road as well, not just sticking to the roads.
Well, then you're gonna need some sled treads. Yeah, if you pull your wagon up, I could probably get that settled. And, is there any other kind of tune-ups you need? I've got a little bit of a limited selection here, but I can install a few things.
Such as.
So let's see here. Me grabbing the book. Well, depends. What kind of wagon do you have?
Well, we got two.
I've got a wind sprinter.
And we got a Rocksteady.
Got 2 wagons. Interesting.
There's a lot of us.
Yeah, I can see that. Let's see here. Well, do you have anything already installed in your wind sprinter?
No.
Technically not true. You have a quick retract winch.
Oh, do I? Wait.
Yes. You've
Okay,
got a winch that you can use. Okay,
I didn't know about that. I was being coy because yeah, I have a secret compartment and that's about it. But yes, I also have a winch.
That's what you were trying to hide.
That's what You'll never find it, by the way. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah.
According to the sheet for it too, you've got rain wheels as well.
Oh, cool. All right. Yeah. So I've never have I had a sheet to look at all along for the wind
We've
sprinter?
had a temporary one. This is now the new one that actually has assigned driver seats,
Sick.
horses, and slots that we can upgrade and place fittings and components into. I'm trying to remember what the winch is specifically. Let's see.
It is on the body, on the top, and it lets you. Let's have a look. It lets us lift things up to 400 pounds. So we can probably pull things with it too.
You can get my ass out of bed in the morning. Hey,
Quick retract winch is an attachment. Okay. Trying to see what the limitations on things you can strap to your wagons is. Components and fittings. Go back to those real quick. So, components are usually active, giving crews no attacks or actions. Installed in one of 3 locations: roof, interior, body. So this would be a roof component. So your component slot is currently taken, but your wind sprinter is also only level 2 at the moment. You are able to apply gold to either of your wagons to level them up. And these can go up to as high as the party's current level. So both the Rocksteady and the Wind Sprinter are both level 2, because that's the level that you were at when you acquired them.
Right.
So they can be upgraded to level 5. It will cost an amount each time, but you can essentially increase the amount of components and other stuff that you can attach to it. Also, it increases the wagon's health.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Also ominous.
Something we hopefully never need to use.
Funny.
But we realistically probably will.
Silly question. Asking for a friend. Where's the hardware acceleration setting?
I don't use Chrome, but it should be under settings.
It's under settings.
It's not a setting in Foundry because
No. This is your browser setting.
Yeah, I have it on. I have hardware acceleration on. I'm not sure
Oh.
what the issue is.
That should, yeah, okay.
I'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Okay. I'm gonna, like,
So how?
remove your... Let's see, does this fix it for you?
No, let me refresh just in case.
Yeah, I literally just removed your vision limitation.
Okay, I'm loading back in. Anyway, while we wait for that, how much gold would it cost to level the Wind Sprinter up once?
The cost is going to be the same for both wagons. To get to 3rd level, it is 300 gold. For 4th level, it is 425, and for 5th level, it is 550. And you'll have to pay each of these incrementally. You can't just skip.
Yeah, I figured that. I mean, damn, 500 gold and my wagon's level 5. Okay. And I still have room for one more attachment as level 2.
Let me look at the fittings real quick, because I'm trying to figure out what these are. Quality of life attachments includes armor, specialized wheels, and new means of getting around. Installed in 3 locations: cabin and frame, and yeah. So 1 set of wheels, 2 cabin fittings can be installed. Any number of frame fittings can be installed. So fittings. So yeah, at the moment you have access to 1 fitting and 1 component. The component you currently have is the winch. And you do have rain wheels attached, but you're probably going to swap those out for the sled treads here shortly.
Yeah.
I
don't.
But if you get up to level 3 would unlock a 2nd fitting, and level 4 would unlock a 2nd component.
And those are available per Wainwright, right? Like, that's not everyone's going to have every attachment.
Not everyone will have every attachment option, no.
Okay, got it. Okay, so yeah, I don't see the need to level up the Rio right now if we just need to travel through the snow.
Then just the tread sleds, and maybe we get a winch for the Rocksteady as well, so just in case one of us gets stuck, we can pull the other one out.
Yep. Well, I mean, you technically only need 1 winch for that, regardless of who's stuck, but yeah, I mean...
Fair.
Didn't hurt.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting used to this new sheet. I have enough gold to level up once.
You also have, don't forget, the collective treasury.
True. How much is in the party fund?
6,500 gold.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Which, if we wanted to put a decent amount of that into the wagons now, we probably should now. Because,
Well, you know what they say.
No. What do they say?
Well, I was going to say win in Rome, but yeah, I could upgrade the wagon now. If we want to do wagon upgrades for both halves of the party.
I say if we do that, at least my opinion, level both the wagons once, get the sled treads, and I mean maybe look for something for the Rocksteady just to give it some utility.
To upgrade both wagons to level 5, it would cost 1,075 gold each. Just so you know.
Oh, I just wanted to do 1 level.
I know. I'm just saying. So you.
Oh,
wait. Is that it for both?
Yes.
Like you mean 1,075 each, or 1,075 for the 2? Right. Okay.
So it would be 2,000 something gold total.
Oh, like 350.
Yeah, 2,150. Yeah.
Yeah. Because again,
how much are we as a party?
6,572 gold.
We could do it.
We could just do that.
It'd be worth it.
It would be like a fraction of our party's fund, but like, when are we gonna stop making money? You know,
when we stop doing delves. Basically.
Yeah, I was gonna say not anytime soon.
I think we should. If we want to go full hog on the upgrades, I'm all for it.
Do it.
What does everyone else think?
Aspen just wants a kitchen on the Rocksteady.
Like an inside kitchen. Yeah,
Yep.
definitely. Same.
Let me see here.
Lock City.
Furnishings. Here we go.
Doesn't say. One of the renovations for a wall is a cafe service.
Get a breakfast nook.
Oh, that's a shop counter.
There is a dinner bench. It is an 8-foot bench, made of timber with a full-length back support for comfort, usable both indoors and outdoors, and collapses flat as a storage. It's essentially a dinner table.
With an
Pretty
eco-friendly wood veneer.
So there is an oven, but big but we would need to get extra special cubes to fit it. It's a 4x4x4.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh, 4x4x4 feet each. So it's not that big actually.
Can we just get some cubes?
We'd only need a cube, and then we could fit it in.
Plus the chimney.
Yeah. And that's a stone and iron oven. Which is priced at 0 GP, apparently. It's free.
Mm,
That doesn't feel right.
It's under...
that, but I'm also looking what else we have. There's also water tanks as well, in the event that you need to keep water on you.
Well, thankfully it's snowy, so not the desert at least.
Yeah, if you're in our area, the water tanks will be very useful.
How about then we do the levels, and we get Aspen their oven. It'll take a single cube for the Rocksteady, and then we can rock an actual oven. And I don't know how much the cubes are. If there's even cubes here.
I'm gonna say that there are not vendors selling the extra dimensional space cubes at the moment, so you will have to find a much more well-stocked and larger shop in order to get access to
Alrighty.
these.
Dora just doesn't want me cooking.
No, you can get the oven. The oven, I'm gonna say, is probably going to... I'm gonna say that it's probably gonna take at least 300 gold.
That's fine by me. Yeah, I could.
You get good food? Hell yeah.
So, what do you think? We get the wagons leveled, and we get the oven for Aspen, and then we get the obviously the sled treads sorted as well.
I'm sold.
Alright, so upgrade both wagons to level 5. Pair sled treads for both wagons. And a oven for the Rocksteady. Does that all sound correct?
Good to me.
Yep.
You guys ever heard of this thing called a Hesco barricade?
I have actually.
I kind of imagine the interdimensional like cube that we slap on to be sort of like that.
Yeah.
It's a panel that you attach and it just pops out.
You're essentially opening a box that adds extra dimensional space. So it
Yeah,
essentially
for sure.
pushes parts of the wall out like 5 feet.
But it doesn't do it on the outside. It's all TARDIS.
Yeah. That way you can have a bigger interior without having your wagons be too large. Okay. So with the upgrades, plus the oven, plus the sled treads, it is a total cost of 2,650 gold.
Easy, easy. Yeah, let's do it. I think that's good. We're down to 3,900 something.
3,922.
Yeah, I'm good for that. Everyone else? This is a party decision, guys.
No, I'm down. I'm good.
I'm here for it.
I'm
Alright.
playing.
Well.
It's not like there was anything else we were going to spend it on.
Nope.
Okay.
Alright, keep seeing Ignatius eyeing up plate armor.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think putting plate armor on my wagon is my next move, frankly.
On the wagon? But
Yeah.
yourself?
Alright,
No.
One
so...
giant-
Become a tin can in his own time.
If I put on plate armor, I can't show off the goods.
Okay, question for Gao. Average or roll for health for the wagon? It is 3d6.
What's the average?
The average is 11.
Oof. Do I get to reroll ones?
I will allow it for this since we do it for character sheets.
Let's fucking go, dude. Okay, yeah, I'll roll.
Would that be
Okay.
per dice? Yeah?
Yes.
Alright.
Okay, so I roll.
Yeah, go ahead. I will input it.
Damn.
Oof, just below. That's
Just
fair.
below.
Can't reroll the one there. Oh, that's a 2. Never mind.
You got 2 more levels?
Yeah.
Maneuverability goes up. Yep, next
It's,
level.
it's okay. It's a fast car, not a strong car. Wagon.
Next 3d6.
Oh, so I thought I rolled
3d6 per level.
Gotcha. I forgot. Okay. Damn.
And 2 ones in there.
2 ones, yeah, reroll. So I'd say roll 2d6 plus 5, and then that's...
Oops, I accidentally rerolled 3d6. If we want to remove...
Okay. Well, I will take the first 2. So,
Cool.
the 5 and the 6. So, 16 on that one.
Oh wow, okay. Yep.
Yeah, banger. And one more after that.
Yeah, this is the last. Oh wow!
Ooh, banger.
Money.
Made up for that slightly below average
Yeah.
roll.
No, I'm happy with that result.
Just want to make sure this health updated correctly.
I think with
I
the
would've-
Rocksteady, we should have Iggy, Aspen, and a ski roll the health. If they want to roll, they get to pick. Do we roll or do we go average?
Fuck it, we ball.
Okay.
Ball.
Let me get
Sure.
the sheet up.
Maybe you will have better luck with rolls than me.
Okay. Let me see. The Rocksteady is 46.
So if we go alphabetical, a ski, I guess, rolling or average.
Sure, let's all roll, and it's a d6, yeah?
4d6.
4d6.
4d6, cool.
And re-roll ones. So re-roll that 1-1.
14.
Oh my god!
Money.
Well, it's decided I get a 1.
Would that not get re-rolled again?
Yeah, go ahead and re-roll it
I
again.
don't know. Okay.
Yay!
Much
Yeah.
better.
That's
15.
better.
No,
So
wait.
that's 19.
19. Yep. And then it's Aspen? Yep. Rolling or average? Yeah, that answers my question. Well, that one.
God damn it.
That's fine. 14?
8, 12, yeah, 14.
And then Iggy.
Here comes the money.
I want you to know 14 is the average, so you didn't do bad.
No, that's good.
17. Nice.
Alright, so the Rio is now at 79 hit points, and the Rocksteady is at 101.
Nice.
Alright, now for attachments. Oven.
Oven.
To see Aspen rubbing hands together like Ainsley Harriet.
Duh. Duh.
And now sled treads. Let's see. Boy, it's a
We
little
got like a
laggy.
Need for Speed remix going on for the garage theme here.
Making sure that everything is equipped properly. Alright. Alrighty. Alright. So so the Rio's up to 6 maneuverability points, and the Rocksteady has 4. Both of them have the same AC because of the drive bonuses provided by each of the drivers. Deidre is driving the Rio, and I believe Ignatius was driving the Rocksteady.
Bingo.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let me find there we go. Powell will, like, while he's looking over and applying work to this, he will look to one of you and ask, you got any maintenance kits on hand?
Do I?
No.
The
don't
fact
think
that
we
I
do.
don't know if we do probably implies we don't. I'll take 2.
Okay.
For each wagon, right?
I'll take 4.
For me?
Yes? It just pays to be prepared.
So
Yeah.
I've got lesser and moderate maintenance kit types. The lesser ones get about 4 uses before they need to be restocked. The moderate ones get about 6. Lessers are 100 gold apiece, and moderates are 300 gold.
2 lesser for each is fine, I think.
Wait, it was 100 for 4 and 300 for 6?
The 100 gold
The
for a
lessers are far better
lesser.
value for money.
Yeah, so it's 100 gold for a lesser. The lesser has 4 uses. It's 300 for a moderate, which has 6 uses. These are basically like your potions for your wagons. But the amount that is restored is up to the person doing the repairs. You essentially get more roll options with more uses.
True.
Let me see where those are located. Maintenance kits. Okay. So, did we want lessers or moderates or a mix?
I'll take mine as lessers.
Okay.
Am I going insane for thinking that lesser is the better deal here?
For me, it is because I have lower max HP on my wagon.
I was gonna say the moderates might be a better choice for the Rocksteady then, because we're gonna need more to
More
repair.
uses to repair.
Yeah.
Yes, but 2 of them gets us 8 uses for $200. Sorry, 200 gold pieces, while 2 of the other one gets us 12 uses for 600. The math isn't adding up.
The thing is, you can only have one maintenance kit. It's a thing that is set into the hatch of the wagon. It takes up its own amount of space. You can't just stack all. It's a lot. It's 70 pounds worth of materials.
Okay,
So-
yeah, we'll take a moderate then.
Moderate for the Rocksteady and lesser for the Sprinter. For the Rio.
So I think that is a total of 400 gold.
Yep.
Alright, deducting the gold.
And the Rocksteady can definitely hold that extra weight, so...
Okay, that's set up. Alright, he'll... You know what, I'm gonna make him roll. I'm gonna see if he finds your, thing. He has to, like, get into an area that's very similar to your stash, so...
Would knowing where it is as the GM affect this or not?
Where did you put it? Because I don't think I know.
So you know the window on like the door in like to the inside.
Uh-huh.
So it actually unscrews and comes out of a socket, like it's not a real window.
Got it.
So
He's
yeah,
probably
like,
not gonna find it then.
Yeah,
Not finding your stash today.
yeah, you're not finding it.
Yeah, he will take
No
time
metagaming, by the way.
bringing in the maintenance kits and getting them set up into the hatches. And then once he's done and finished, he comes up and is like, well, I think you are ready for a decent haul out into the waste. Try not to get too banged up while you're out there.
Yeah, wouldn't want to see your work go squandered.
I'm little, I can get to places where damage could happen.
Oh, almost forgot. You're gonna need these, and he's going to also hand over a pair of, like, Wainwright tools.
I'm gonna grab one of those and then chuck the others to Vegas.
Yahoo.
Where's that at?
Sticky fingies.
Said the Vanya and Vegas are taking the Wainwright tools.
Yeah. The V's. Oop, didn't mean to click it.
Okay, yep, that's in your tools now. Alright, awesome. Alright, both wagons look good. Got the treads ready. Well, I was really hoping Norman was going to be able to get back by this point.
Yeah, that is mighty unfortunate.
It's looking like a conflict with the CPU and the GPU on his computer is causing the net to just explode.
Interesting.
And it's a common issue with Foundry, it looks like. That's odd.
Yeah, it sounds like a technical issue that might take too long for the session, so I'm going to see if there's any way Norman can just hop in and piggyback off someone's screen, and I can pull up their stats for them. Okay, the internet's
Internet is
completely
down.
down. Also, Gal, have you been able to see anything yet still?
No. I'm gonna try and refresh again, but yeah, I've just been up sitting here. Like I reiterate,
So
everything
weird.
is live. I'm just not having map textures.
I
love Foundry being a functional program.
It beats roll 20.
It's
am I
so
right?
great.
You know, yeah, 90% of the time, yes. Yes, it does.
This post was made by the I fucking hate roll 20 gang.
Yeah, I can only use the, I believe I can only use the new stuff with the 3.0 update.
That's fine. And also, I
So-
can't see my token anymore, by the way.
It's super weird.
It could just be this map. If you throw us back to the intro screen and then put us back on here, it might fix it for them.
Let's swap us over to travel.
So yeah, now it's instead of missing a map texture, I'm just not getting a map at all. It's like the gray Foundry background. Like I'm seeing the exclamation points that we have on the actual world map, but the world map is not loading for me. It must
Super
be
weird.
something on my end. I mean, as long
it
as I
almost
can
kind
like
of sounds like a firewall or something, because like it's got to send out the information from the server for you to receive. But
it's just I've got nothing. Nothing in my settings has changed. Do you think I could clear? You think clearing my cache would do anything?
it
Maybe.
probably wouldn't hurt.
All right, I'll do that in a second. Do you need me to do anything right now?
In this moment, no.
Okay, I'm gonna do that then real quick.
It's been a very interesting start to our session today.
It's
Yeah.
wild with
I
the
love-
errors we get.
I love video games.
Everything's on fire.
Everyone's here.
It's that community gif where he walks in with the pizzas.
Yeah, don't.
Yes.
That's a
All
good
right.
episode too.
Well, I will say that again. I believe you arrived pretty late into the evening. I think you were like an hour away, and you
Yeah, we
pushed through
pushed
the
it.
night to get to here. So you met with Veneer, and you got your wagons upgraded. Probably best to turn in for the night before you want to head out into the morning, unless you have something of importance to do.
Are there guards
Honestly-
out right now?
Oh yeah.
I'll pee my name into the snow somewhere else.
Yeah, it's gonna get cold real quick here, right? Especially at night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Vanya is looking for the warmest place she can incredibly quickly. Because she still doesn't have cold weather clothes.
Lisa's just gonna bundle up.
You gonna stay in the wagons or?
How cold?
Yeah.
How cold does Vanya look?
She lives in Arneria. And not just Arneria.
Aspen's gonna take off their cloak, the big fluffy like mammoth fur cloak, and just
Yeah.
throw it over.
I think that's gonna smother her.
Oh god. She just kind of goes underneath it. Pulls it up a
Furious.
little bit.
All that
Looks like
fluff
ET.
and stuff, and fucking bare body heat that's been passing through it all day as well.
Toasty. Yeah, she's from like the center of the Balik. It's fucking hot there. So this is probably the coldest she's ever experienced outside of like desert nights, which is something she would have avoided anyway. So
Hey, I'm curious. In Beast World, dragons are cold-blooded, right?
I don't think it says.
I don't
I-
believe it says no.
Do you want to pretend that they are?
No. I'm
I
just
was gonna-
thinking about. Well, okay. Ignatius can breathe fire. It's bound to be a little warm in there, I imagine.
Yeah, you're what's the
Mhm.
furnace or
Yeah.
something? I forget
Icy
what that-
Volcanic.
silver. Just
volcanic.
know that.
Yeah, you're all good, I think. I'd say. And if you weren't, you could just set something on fire and you'd be nice and happy.
I was gonna say, like, please don't tell me Eset's one of the best adapted members of Party to the Cold.
I think it's everyone but Vanya and a ski, but a ski's got the wool, so a ski's probably doing okay.
Maybe Charlotte too. I mean, she's a Fennec, but
Yeah, this
she's
is
also,
fine.
she's also been around the block, so who knows?
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, I would probably. I would think she at least seems to have her head in the right place 90% of the time. So I think Charlotte would be nice and used to it, ish, until we get into like the really cold parts of Aurea. Anyway. But yeah, Vanya's definitely on the struggle bus right now. She's not doing too good. I was gonna say, other than that, yeah, Vanya's hiding in the wagon with probably got the oven lit just for the temperature change. Just kind of sat in front of it underneath this cloak, rubbing paws together.
And I believe when you came in, one of the first things you did was you got rations and food.
Yes, I made sure of that much. Yeah, we got twice as much as we would have needed, if I remember right.
That sounds right. Alright, so I will say that with everyone trying to stay warm for the night, everyone gets into having a pretty restful night's sleep. Anyone who is missing anything that needs to be recharged from a long rest, which I don't think anyone is, can recover it now. It might
Just gonna hit it.
Yeah, it might just be Charlotte. Let me see.
You'll never stop me
wow.
clicking the long
There it
rest
is.
button if I get the chance.
Yeah, spell slots used, so I will long rest Charlotte.
Yeah, damn, I cleared my cache, but I'm just still missing the map.
Love updates.
Everybody else can see theirs, though.
Yeah, I'm all good.
Yeah, besides you and
Fascinating.
Norman, Norman's issue is completely different from yours. They just can't even get in.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and look it up, but I have no clue what's going on.
You could always try a different browser, too.
Yeah, I might. Maybe when we go on break, I'll install like Firefox or something.
You've got Edge, just load it up.
Oh. That made me mad.
And Edge even fucking run Forge.
Actually, I had to DM with it once.
Wait,
Oh,
it isn't a
Lord.
web browser, it's just the Firefox installer.
Teehee.
Ah, yes. Like Internet Explorer in the olden days.
Gal, try this. Open Chrome, and in your top bar, Chrome, :// settings, and then click on System. Make sure you got hardware acceleration up.
Welcome to the tech support episode, everyone.
I do.
Right.
I have it on. Yeah.
Okay, then go to same in the top bar, Chrome, : / flags, and make sure override software rendering list is active. Then close it and relaunch.
You said override software rendering list, right?
Yeah, make sure that's enabled.
It
Then
is.
close out
I
Chrome.
don't know what's
Yeah.
going on. Alright, I'm just gonna relaunch.
Yeah, make sure
Maybe-
you've killed it in the task manager as well.
Right. Yeah,
Because it likes to hang around back there.
me too. Okay, just let me. Yeah, carry on. I'll figure it out.
All right. So let's see. All right. So I imagine you're departing first thing in the morning.
Yeah, pretty much. I would say so.
Okay. So your wagon follows along the river as you leave Riverbed City. And you can actually see the point at where the river had been diverted. And it is now pushing off towards the west, as opposed to continuing south, which is why the riverbed gets its name. You're able to follow along this river further north until you can get closer towards the more open plains of the Vanlig, and start to curve around west towards the coast. Can I get perception checks?
Hey.
Some decent rolls.
Samesies.
Too busy examining oven.
Let's go.
321s.
Yeah, right?
21s.
Aspen does not want to be here.
So get the music changed up just for a bit. Oh. I think I meant to go to this one. So, as your group breaks off from the main road and starts moving to the west, you take notice of just the general geography and the terrain, and there is a decent amount of travel that is going north. As you were moving, you noticed that there were several other groups. Some delvers, some just regular folk who are just traveling about. Most of them seem to be moving northward, though. They are sticking along the river. If you had to guess, most of them are probably on their way to Jaegerwald, since the capital city is not too far away from where you currently are. But it is several days' travel, and as you break off from the main road with your pair of wagons and head out into the snow, the night begins to fall over the terrain. Can I get a survival check from Ignatius? And I'm gonna roll one for Deidre.
Apologies. Survival's for driving the wagon, right?
I'm just asking for a general survival check.
Okay, got it. Yep, I'm good at these.
Indeed you are.
We're winning.
As you are trying to find a nice area to, like, pull off, to, like, have the wagons parked for the night, you notice that Deidre almost initially, was going to pull up alongside, a part of the mountain where the trees are thinner, which would normally give you a bit more vision, but as you are both pulling up to there, you notice that there is a rather large cave outcropping nearby, and decide that it might be safer to pull a bit further away from anything that might be naturally living in that cave system. And you find a little bit more of a densely wooded area just a bit further up, I would say probably about maybe like 500 plus feet away from where you first saw the cave. And you get both the wagons pulled in and get the drought horses unhitched so that they can graze and sleep. And your first night into Oria goes rather undisturbed.
During this first night, Vanya is going to essentially kind of waddle up to Aspen, still swaddled in this cloak that they were wearing. Can you cook something that helps with the cold, please?
Da, I can try.
The whole time, like teeth rattling alongside as she speaks.
Aspen's gonna
I know.
fire up that oven, and I think we're gonna try and make like a. Oh, but gosh, it's gotta be for the vegetarian as well.
Like, I know something good. You won't like it, though.
Oh.
That's
No,
what
he's
Aspen's
making
saying.
fun of you.
Oh, yeah.
You get to use mushrooms.
Yeah, Aspen's just gonna go look at the supplies for a moment, like scratching their head, and then look at Vanya and be like, I'm guessing the meat stew is probably not on the menu.
Nods in agreement.
Okay, what about mushroom soup? Little cream, thicken it up. That should work.
Little thumbs up that you can't see because of the cloak.
Go ahead and roll
The
me
arm of the jacket raising up.
Go ahead and roll me your survival check.
Oh, come on!
Aw.
Why do these hate me
That's
so
rough.
much?
That's so rough.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, with like just trying to get some decent supplies together and getting a lot of this put up kind of on the spot, you make a soup, but you're not sure how good it is.
There was a question mark with that soup.
Oop!
A missing texture.
You
Yeah,
forgot
it's
to
got the,
install
purple and black
Counter-Strike.
checkerboard. Yeah.
Beat me to it. Not wanting to hurt Aspen's feeling, again, the little thumbs up. It's good.
Somehow I found the clothes in the soup store. Oh, it's that scene in Lord of the Rings where she makes the stew for Aragorn.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna go cry in a corner.
Aw. Alright. So, first night, pretty uneventful. You haven't gotten too far into it, but for the most part, things are calming down. So, let me roll. The 52. Alright. So, next morning, you all wake up and prepare to continue your march west. And there is a noticeable drop in snow flurries. It seems like the snow is starting to pick up a little bit more now.
Yeah, Vanya definitely lives inside the wagon at all times at this point.
I am going to need drive checks from both Ignatius and Deidre. Let's see.
Hell yeah. What did we say it was? It was survival and one other option?
Let's see.
I was gonna say, would Aspen be able to help out with the rolls since Aspen's from up here? Like as a way to like avoid anything that someone that's
This
not
is
from Aria.
mostly just for the increase in weather.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And I am pulling rules up because it has been a hot moment since we have rolled a drive check. So let's see. Drive checks.
I should have expected that survival roll to be bad. It's not a big surprise.
Ban them. Ban them, ban them, ban them. Destroy them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a pun every time I get a bad roll.
Aspen, you've made
Right.
too many puns. I'm actually coming to kill you right now in real life.
Cool.
So you make a ability check using either Constitution or Wisdom. It is the driver's choice.
You said an ability check, con, right?
Con or Wisdom.
Oh, okay, perfect.
That is the biggest spider I've ever seen. One moment, folks.
Free
And
pet.
Gao was never seen again.
Free pet.
Alright, with 16
Oh my god, did it
and-
just hiss at me?
with 16 and a 19, you both do relatively okay, keeping the wagons at a pretty decent pace, not going too fast, but also not losing track of where you're going. You and Deidre are able to navigate the wagons further on course and are not led astray. There was a chance you guys were going to end up further north than you wanted.
That could be worse.
Alright. Let's see what happens the next day. And of course, if anything you guys want to do during the nights between these travels, just let me know, and I will pause for a moment.
Oh yeah, we'll do.
More snow.
Wow!
It's not letting up. It's not getting any worse, but it's still about as heavy as it was before.
The Speeder has been relocated.
Do you need another drive check?
Yes, we will need a second round of drive checks.
Money!
Oh! Oh no!
Okay, I will allow with your natural 20. The flurries do start to pick up a bit heavier, and the terrain itself becomes a little bit more hilly. As a result, for a moment, it seems like you are losing sight of the Rio, but are able to keep on the trail that the Rio has left behind, are able to find them as they started to venture a bit too far off course, and are able to get both the wagons back on course.
So good at my job.
Excellent work.
Oh boy, desync. There we go. Alright. Another day of travel. I'm going to make sure to deplete your stores of rations and feed over time. Oh, Norman.
Norman.
I did it.
Welcome back.
You fought God and won?
For the 9th time. I did a network reset. It just fixed it.
Have you tested connecting back yet, or?
If I can get on internet now, like that's, I'm pretty much 90% good.
Okay.
Alright.
I have to
Well.
look like because it's making it freak out.
Yeah, we'll do harder testing, when required. Because Gao's still not able to see anything, which we have determined is completely Gao's end at this point.
I don't know what's
Field
going on.
issue.
I've got everything turned on.
Yeah, it might be like, I don't know. There's like a weird disconnect
Yeah,
reconnect that happens with this
Nobody
game.
knows. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna install Firefox and see if that helps over break.
I'll also try to do a bit of extensive testing after the session. Well, not immediately after, but in the next few days, just to see if there's any
Yeah,
modules
I
that are
forget.
causing extra problems.
So what are you nerds up to?
We
Travel.
upgraded the wagons. I think I told you. Did I
Yay.
drop it in chat?
Well,
In Discord?
kinda sorta.
Okay, so we upgraded the wagons by leveling them up. They're the same level of us now. We put an oven in the Rocksteady, and we got maintenance kits for the two of them. A bigger one for the Rocksteady, and a smaller one for the Wind Sprinter, for the Rio. And that was it, basically. And we got them ready for the road as well. So we're down to, with party funds, we're down to, I think it was, 3,522 gold, which is still a stupid amount of money after all of those upgrades. The Wind Sprinter is, where is it? The Rio is at 79 maximum hit points now, and the Rocksteady is at 101 right now. So, heckin' good.
I like also shout out to Carlo from a post I did 11 years ago that told me how to go through a network reset, and it worked. Thank you, Carlo.
Yay, Carlo! You also
Shout out
missed.
to Carlo!
Yeah. You also missed cold roleplay. That's it.
That's fun. Charlotte's used to it.
Vanya, I was gonna say, I think Charlotte would be used to it. Vanya's the only one suffering in the party. Little
Oh,
desert
no.
mouse. She's stolen that. Well, I say stolen. Aspen gave her their cloak, and she has been wrapped up in it like the IKEA monkey.
Precious baby.
Ignatius sitting up in the driver's seat, like, boy, this is chilly. Anyways,
Charlotte's
Ignatius
been
also
sitting like
keeping both the wagons on course and avoiding any potential dangers so far.
just staying in the wagon the whole time.
Yes, right next to the new oven, which is constantly lit now.
Wait. Oven in the Rocksteady?
Yes,
Yep,
the Rocksteady.
The Rocksteady has an oven.
Oh, the Rio. I'm in the Rio.
Yeah.
Can you
Yes.
smell what the Rocksteady is cooking?
From here, yes. By the way,
Bad
Mushroom soup.
Bad soup.
Mushroom
Vegetable soup.
soup.
why'd you say bad?
don't worry about it.
Aspen's
Yeah,
Aspen's
Aspen
roll
tried
of
cooking
a natural 2 on the survival check for cooking once again.
Do I have to make a con check if I eat this?
No.
The
Not
2
that
feels
bad.
worse than just a 1, honestly, if you ask me.
Yeah.
The 1 at least has funny consequences sometimes.
Yeah, this is just, no offense, bad soup.
Or
Just unfortunate.
I need to BRB what them is.
Aspen, you can do better than this.
We were catching up Norman, basically.
All the times I've tried to cook something, all the times I've tried to get better at this, I have succeeded only 3 times.
I'm going to get you to do another roll. 'cause-
Do I need to do a fucking con save as well, or?
No,
We're good.
No,
All good.
no.
Aspen's just been really going at it in the fucking kitchen trying to put something together.
I really appreciate the gusto that they're tackling this with. It's not easy to take this step and keep failing and like keep wanting to get better.
Failure is
that-
a great teacher.
Vanya is going to bug Aspen once again. Please, anything to help.
Gonna go for like a broth-based, like root vegetable soup.
Okay. Go ahead and make your check.
I'm leaving.
Oh,
I'm-
man.
Unbelievable.
I
Improving!
Damn,
Went up by 1.
I'm actually mad.
Unfucking believable.
any other role I play in this game, generally speaking, it's fine, whatever. Fair variance, at least. These fucking I have a +4!
Yeah, you got proficiency too, which is just unfortunate.
I'm gonna bug you again next time we get a chance. So we're gonna overload you with rolls here. So
Well, I
gonna
just
get
want to
an
go
8.
to bed right now, to be honest with you.
Alright, so another successful trip through the hazardous conditions of the snow. Let's say it's 1, 2, 3. So 3 days in so far. We'll be a little bit short of Edelstann. So
I
you'll
do
probably
not think we should
arrive.
push it.
Yeah, you will probably arrive in the morning, but it also is going to depend on the conditions. Let's see what we got. Oh. Alright. Okay. So, the morning of the next day, there are no active snow flurries. The snow is very light at the moment. But the buildup of snow has grown quite heavy over the course of the last few days. And because you guys are not traveling on a road, a lot of the snow is kind of getting deep. And it is making it harder for your horses to get through some of the areas. You can go ahead and make another drive check. I want to see how impeded the snow depth is actually going to slow you down.
Oh boy, fingers crossed though.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Better. Unfortunately, the Rio not being as adaptable to this type of terrain, even with the sled treads, and being a bit of a smaller wagon in comparison, the snow is like coming almost up to like the windows on the side of the wagon.
Oh, Jesus.
So the Rio is having a lot more difficulties. I'm gonna say that with the excess of snow into the terrain, you're only gonna make half the distance you normally would.
Oh no!
It's fine. This is why we have extra rations.
And at this point, can I get another round of perception checks?
Okie doke.
Charlotte finally being up for the.
Nice.
See, why wouldn't that?
Whoa, dang!
My dice has changed sides like 4 separate times because it got hit. I genuinely did not know what I rolled without checking the number.
I was like pouring water, and then I completely missed my water bottle, and it spilled all over my front.
I'm proud of you.
Still got a 20 on that perception check, though.
Wet dog smell.
Yeah.
I think it's literally everybody but the mouse who's freezing to death.
She's hiding in the wagon. She can't see
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, hang on. Why are we making our
Oh,
drive?
that's very.
She's not driving. These are
She's not.
perception checks.
Sorry. Yes, you're right.
I'm looking out the window.
Peeping.
I can see snow.
Entirely like
Window.
mummified.
Can you
old
even look
eyes.
out the window? Are you like having to stand on your tippy toes or something?
This is the biggest wagon too, so.
Vanya has like a little basket under the window that she can sit in.
Aw.
Alright. Well, everyone but Vanya will notice that over the course of the night, as you had to find a way to like kind of settle in with all the heavy snowfall, you've noticed that the area to your north, a little bit northeast, the snow has been like pushed slightly aside, and you can see what looks to be signs of heavy footfalls. It looks like a smaller-ish herd of mammoths moved through this area quite recently in the night.
Well, let's avoid that.
What direction are they going?
Based off the trail, it looks like they are moving further north.
Same way.
Like northwest.
We're gonna
Maybe
have
we
to-
could just head directly west and like stick to the river.
Sounds good.
It would be a good idea.
It would increase the journey by like a smidge, but
We don't
having a geographic
mammoths.
landmark would be super useful. Also, yes, we want to avoid mammoths.
Heading for the
Harder
river
to
will
lose a
increase.
river.
Heading for the river will increase journey, but you know what else will increase journey? Mammoths.
I've never seen a mammoth.
I haven't
And
very much-
you don't want to.
I want to, but from like a safe distance.
Yeah.
They are majestic creatures.
I bet they are.
Yeah, and so is a landslide if you're far enough away.
Hmm.
Landslide less delicious.
Yes, Aspen,
Got it,
you
yeah.
know specifically that mammoths are naturally territorial and aggressive, so the fact that they didn't potentially attack you in the night means they probably didn't know you were there. So, very lucky that the snowfall possibly provided cover for you.
We got lucky. They are territorial enough when they are just people there and not large, vaguely mammoth-shaped wagons.
Hey, guess what? It's snowing again.
Yay!
I can't get out.
home.
I can't get out of this 50 range, apparently.
Vanya peeking out the window again. I hate it here. I hate it so much.
If you
Yeah,
squint
okay.
real hard.
Aspen just getting real close and just being like, "What do you think about my home?"
It'll
It's
get better.
cold. I can't tell the difference between anything outside the window. It's all white and trees, and there's no difference.
I will help you distinguish difference. See, that is fresh snow. That
I
is old snow.
had to go through the mountains at one point. I would prefer the field.
Oh, heads up as well. Nightly lessons with Aspen towards voiceless speech with
Got it.
Vanya.
Well,
It
you
takes
tend not
30
to die of
days?
exposure in meadows.
Say again? Sorry?
It
Do it?
takes 30 days for that.
Yeah, we're on like 12 at this point.
Okay, as long as you're able to keep track of it.
Yeah.
All right.
I almost died in a meadow once.
Moving past that, drive check, please. Wow, Deidre
Whoops.
should not be in charge of this this wagon.
Oh my god!
You say!
Oh no.
Yeah.
I was about to ask what day it is, but we can wait for that.
Remember when you've been calling her Dion for the last many sessions? Anyway, oh god, I thought she's from here.
She is.
Snow is snow.
Yeah, I live in Jacksonville. I could still be a shitty driver there.
I was wondering why she suddenly changed names.
Everybody in Jacksonville sucks at driving, my guy.
This is true.
Whoosh. That's us
It is.
high-fiving, by
It
the
is
way.
Deidre, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think just at some point, because we began the campaign during Air of Secrets and Fear, where I was playing this character under a different name.
That's probably
the
what was
wires got
confusing
crossed.
me. Because yeah, I'm looking at the sheet itself because I have the name correct on the sheet.
If you look back through the past few episodes, it doesn't matter. It's funny.
That's her nickname.
Her nickname's Doom Girl, apparently.
Yeah.
Her secret nickname.
The secret nickname.
You mean
Her
the
secret
maiden name.
government Christian nickname. Yeah.
Ha!
Alright, well, with these unfortunately low rolls, you make your way towards the river, but based on the direction that you approach it from, you aren't entirely sure which way leads towards Edelstann, and you end up going a bit backwards.
I'm sorry, a bit? That was 30. Oh, okay. Oh, I was scared for a second there. Oh.
Yeah. So you're following the river. It's unfortunately in the wrong direction.
Would I have known because of my Volpine senses?
You're not the
I
one
haven't.
driving,
I can always tell
Oh.
north.
and you're not one driving the
Oh, true.
Rocksteady either.
I won't be
so-
paying attention.
Unfortunate. You will notice practically by the next day, because at this point the river is essentially running the opposite direction from the way you need to follow it, since it spills out into the sea.
We're going the wrong way. The river goes to the sea. We're going to the mountain.
I thought the river changed directions a while ago.
I told you, it's horrible here. You can't tell where we're going.
Trust me, I know where north is. Can I volunteer to drive?
I'll say that you can assist Deidre so that she can have advantage on these checks.
Yeah, going to sit up front with Deidre, keeping casual to the cold, and just show my own internal north sense.
I need to check something. No, Maze proof does not help here.
Okay. I'm gonna roll this again, because this thing has been giving me similar rolls all night. There we go. There's something new.
Is it a blizzard?
Oh, no, you haven't gotten that yet.
High is usually good on these things.
Yes, with the foundation of the river here, and the lack of extra snowfall, you find that the ground here is a lot more green as a result, and you are able to follow it a lot more safely and without as much difficulty. So I will say you will gain a little bit of distance because of this newfound speed, and you should be able to get pretty close now. Oh, you can get all the way there.
Finally!
So you will pull in, and it won't even be quite nightfall just yet. It will be, I want to say it's probably closer to maybe 6 in the afternoon. So it's late, but it's not dark.
Approaching dusk.
And
Well, let's hope we actually saved time on this trip with your creative bit of snow dune wandering.
Make sure I've gotten the right
How do
track.
people live here?
Alright. With that, the party finally arrives in Edelstann. This vast port city is built right along the coast, and you can see it as you're arriving up. It is quite massive. You notice that a heavy amount of ships are coming and going from the port itself. You can actually see some of them approaching in the distance and some heading out. It is a very, very busy port. There is enough difference in a lot of these ships that you start to... Some of you will recognize that these are coming from completely different homelands. Vanya and Niski, you would notice that there are some Arnarian ships coming out this direction.
Wow, they're sailing a long route.
Yes.
North or south, that's...
Yeah, must be.
There are many different homelands congregating through here. There are even many ships coming out through Vigneault as well. And as your wagon crew pull up into the first checkpoint, as it were, you get a note of the Orient Watch, who are very similar to the ones that you saw in Riverbed City. But a lot of the ones here seem to have a lot more traditional wear to like their armor and such. Not that it's like seen a lot of combat so much as it has more decoration to it. There's a lot more tradition to their look than the typical border guards you've seen before.
They're kind of looking a bit more like Aspen's clothing then, with
Yes.
the same sort of markings and that.
Very
Okay.
similar. Aspen, you would know specifically that a lot of the residents of Edelstann are very tight on their traditions. They have Edelstann itself was one of a major points of conflict during a previous war, the Mantle War, in which Alamance tried to invade Auria, and Edelstann was one of the points of invasion or entry that the king tried to push through. And Edelstann was able to hold its own and keep the invaders at bay. And as such, most of the population of Edelstann are descendants of those defenders that repelled the Mantle King's invasion. Or the Howling King, I should say. So, you know, a lot of the guards here are kind of trained off of that kind of tradition. So a lot of their armor is a lot more decorative in honor of that.
I feel like Aspen would just be kind of reciting some of this to Vanya as they're like riding the wagon through the...
Oh, hell yeah. She'd love that.
Charlotte is just looking out the window. I thought Severport was big.
You said Mantle War?
The Mantle
Well-
War.
That would be pretty well known, right? I know what it is as a player, but like
It
that's a
kind
pretty
of
serious
depends.
war, yeah.
The Mantle War itself started almost 300 years ago. So it's not a recent war, but people have still kept knowledge of it in a lot of different things, and Edelstann itself is a place of tradition, so their ancestors' ability to defend their homeland from invaders in this area is just a very good story that they love to share around the campfires. Also, something of note, I'm going to ask for another round of perception checks. We'll see who in particular will pick this up as Aspen is dishing out this information.
Should I be rolling one as well?
I'm going to say you will know this, so you do not need to roll.
Gotcha.
I am oblivious.
Absolutely lost in the sauce on Aspen lore.
Vanya and Aski, as well as Charlotte, will notice that there is a pretty decent amount of canine individuals and Alamanians in general, despite the fact that this was one of the major conflict points for the Mantle War. Alamanian immigrants seem to be pretty common here.
Seems to be a lot of travel, a lot of trade, and a lot of immigration.
Big port town.
I'll do it. You can go anywhere for port.
Oh, we're here for a scout.
Probably one of the last places up here where you could even have a port year-round without it turning into a rather barren ice sheet.
Oh, Severport. It's active most of the year. It's further
Well-
north.
Further north, but oh yeah, actually, can only imagine how cold it gets up there.
Oh, it's been a long time since I've been there.
It does get a little chilly.
Little. To you,
I-
maybe.
Should really look for some proper clothes my size while we're here.
We could try.
I'm sure there's Marines around Auria, right? I can't be the only one here right now.
It
You
would be
are.
surprising.
Depends how long you can wait. I mean, we could find something around here, but we could find something of better quality elsewhere.
You do know that Edelstann is one of the largest port cities, so goods and trades are going to be coming into here first. So this is actually probably one of the best places to grab something like that.
I mean, sure, it's got lots of options and stuff, but it doesn't beat the craftsmanship of Isfisk.
You mean the place that you're actively trying to get everyone to not stop at?
Yeah, but they sound pretty fucking certain that they're gonna, so...
That sounds like quitter talk to me.
Okay, it's on.
Just kind of
alright.
tugging at Aspen. Help me find something to stop dying out here.
Well, if you're going to look for clothing around here, it's worth asking, do you care about the style?
No.
Because there will be stuff from everywhere.
I want to stop freezing to death. Anything will do. It could be bright pink. I don't care.
The local goods it is, then.
This whole time, she's, like, uncomfortably close than what she would usually stand, because she's trying to leech body heat off of anyone that will let her stand that close.
Alright. Give me an investigation check, Aspen, with advantage, since you are more familiar with this kind of, these kind of market stalls.
Oop, that wasn't an advantage.
Already pretty good.
That's still a really good
Do you
roll.
need it, though?
Yeah. I'll hit another one just in case.
Let's fish for the 20. Yeah.
Alright. With a 21.
Merit.
Aspen's probably, been here several times, so...
You know that, there are several different clothing shops that make pretty decent, well-in-lined, clothing. You also know, that a lot of this clothing might be a little bit too, impeding for Vanya's ability to move as well. And instead, you come across a jeweler nearby who happens to be selling several different types of enchanted rings, one of which includes a Ring of Warmth. The Ring of Warmth, while attuned, gives you resistance to cold damage, and anything you are wearing and carrying are unharmed by temperatures as low as -50 degrees. So it will keep you nice and warm.
How much for that ring?
The vendor, a smaller Tenebrine woman, looks up to you and then kind of looks down towards Vanya, who is shivering, and just kind of frowns for a second and is like, 150 gold.
Platinum is 10 gold, right?
150 gold is what she said, just in case.
No, I'm saying the platinum is 10 gold, right?
Platinum's 10, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
the
you have this ring and go pantsless and be fine.
You can give me an insight check as well if you're trying to gauge her reaction to you.
Can I throw a disadvantage on that because of how cold she is?
That's up to you. I didn't ask for it.
Oh, I did myself
good.
in. No, it's not.
You did that to yourself.
No, I like it though. It makes sense.
Aspen, you're free to do an insight check. You don't have to take disadvantage.
You know.
Well, fuck.
Oh, man.
She's fleecing us.
Aspen's gonna try and haggle anyway. This little one is from the Balik. She's going to freeze to death.
I know. I can tell. That's why I was offering it at a much cheaper price than it normally comes.
I don't believe it.
You can free to insight check her again if you want.
I'll do it for sure.
Alright.
Oh, fuck!
Damn.
Guys,
This
Jesus
woman
Christ.
is unreadable.
I feel like I need to roll. All right, this is getting everyone's attention.
Should
now,
I
isn't
roll? Just for shits and giggles.
anybody who is there is free to roll.
it? What in God's name?
Oh, Sam, not.
Oh, I said.
I am literally the only one with any read on the situation.
Aset, luckily, you're able to tell that from her demeanor and the way she is trying to make the sell, she does feel bad for Vanya. She is actually offering this at a pretty steep discount.
You know what? I'm just going to. If you talk of an extra 10 gold, I will give the Dranthinian that you can punch in the nose.
They look over towards Ignatius, seeing that he's a dragon. It's like, no.
Look,
Yeah, you should take it.
You won't react.
We should just it's fine. It's fine.
I normally sell these for 500 gold, just so you know.
Definitely
As I
fine.
said, go for it.
Hey, one of us is famous.
I'm gonna rip that
No,
out as
he
the
is not.
party funds.
This poor woman was trying to be nice. And nobody believed her.
she is. Yeah, if everyone's all right, I'll rip it out the party funds.
Don't do it. You need it.
I am not carrying. I'm not carrying that much gold.
Do
Funnily
I
enough.
recognize this stall as one that I would have seen there before?
This particular stall?
Mm-hmm.
I would say no. But you also know that the stalls in this market change a lot.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the... Compared to most marketplaces in the world, this is probably one of the busiest ones. So stalls changing is not surprising at all.
Yeah. But we are looking for a scout, correct? That's our
Yes,
job.
you're looking for a missing scout.
Well, sorry, go on.
So I'm just gonna ask the vendor over here. Have you been in town very long, or just passing through?
I set up wares here for the time being. About 3 weeks or so. Plan is to potentially move over closer to Jaeger Vault and try my hand there. I hear there are more delvers there, though it seems like your crew is heading this way.
The Jaeger Vault is a good plan, though. There's a lot of space.
Yeah, I agree.
Lot of people going through there. You haven't heard anything about the missing scout, have you?
You've been listening to Madhu?
Add a character, is that a name we recognize?
No.
Aspen, you can actually make a history check for me on this one.
Okie dokie.
Because you are
Oh.
actually pretty local to this area. Nice. This is a name that you're surprised to hear over here in Edelstann specifically. Madhu is the name of one of the local chiefs for a village called Viskadu that is located further north. They're actually practically one of your neighbors. They are a village that only consists of about like a dozen or so people, so they're very small. So they don't technically have a botco or anything like that. They're basically kind of self-independent. But Madhu, you know, is the village chief. The fact that someone mentioned his name out here is a little strange, though.
And where did you say it's from, sorry?
It would be located basically where the mouth of this river would meet towards the ocean. So not far from here, and not far from where your homestead would be.
What was
But
the name of it?
Viskadu. So I will put that in chat just so you have it.
So it's Madhu from Viskadu.
Yes.
Okay.
You know his full name as Madhu Iskar, and I will also put that in chat.
Madu, Madu Iskar? The Viscatu? Madu?
Yes, that one. I take you've been hearing his stories.
Actually, we heard from someone else. What stories has he been telling you? And why is he this far south?
He's been hanging out over at the Muddy Dog for a while. He's been telling ghost stories, more or less. He's trying to keep people from venturing further north. Though, I do believe I recall there being a mention of a missing dungeon scout somewhere around that area. Because I overheard some of the Watch talk about trying to... Well, they tried to go out and look, and they were probably gone for a few days, but they didn't go into the woods. The locals, of course, are just as superstitious as Iskar is.
It's only superstition if it's not true. I will have to find Madu and listen to these ghost stories.
Well, you'll probably find him at the Muddy Dog. He hasn't left since he arrived.
Okay, I just need to get this out of my system. Muddy Dog? That's like a bar called the Slimy Human.
I mean,
I don't know. I'd call a bar that.
I've seen a fair bit.
You could probably inquire the barkeep why it's called that.
I don't think I want to know.
It's because they have mud wrestling for dogs there.
Vegas,
All
check it out.
wrestling ends up as mud wrestling with dogs.
What do I know about the Muddy Dog?
You know for free. I don't know if you in particular are familiar with this tavern, but you have a pretty good idea why it would be called the Muddy Dog. That's probably a little bit of a jab from the locals towards the Alamanian invaders at the time, when they were essentially pushing through the beaches in the mud.
Oh, Jesus, that's like a bar in Normandy called the Muddy Trooper or something.
Yeah.
There's similar bars in that called something like that
The
over
Dirty
here. actually.
GI.
The
Sandy
guy from
State.
Saving Private Ryan trying to put his arm back on. That's a tavern name.
Okay, the mouse is not going to freeze to death, and we have a place to go.
Thank you.
Of course,
Thank you
anytime.
very much.
And can I get another round of group perception checks?
Even if I'm not there?
Oh boy.
You not there?
I said I wasn't with the group initially, so I imagine I'm still at the wagon.
Okay.
Damn.
Go ahead and give me a perception check anyways.
Cool. Okay,
Fucking
the
one.
eight continues. Please, I'm tired of rolling 8.
Show me. Show me you're so tired of rolling 8s. Roll a 9.
24 and 14. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna start with Vanya, but I will also get Aspen for their natural 20. As you all are navigating around and looking for this tavern amongst the locals, and amongst the many markets and imports that are coming and going, it's very busy streets compared to... Like, Louvain had a lot of people moving about. There's a lot of wagons and, like, commercial goods just being pushed about back and forth. There's some going into the docks, into the harbors, and loading up into ships and heading out, and there's others being unloaded and then leaving Edelstann and being dispersed out towards Oria itself. So there is just a large amount of, like, traffic. It's not, I would say it's not any louder than Louvain would be, though. Especially with the much more open walls and lower buildings. As you are moving about, Vanya, you notice a particular group of individuals who are navigating a wagon that has many unmarked crates on it. But you notice that a lot of the armor that they are wearing, in particular, has a interesting, like, draconic presence to it. And for some weird reason, their appearance somewhat reminds you of Ignatius. Aspen,
Oh.
you in particular, can tell, looking at these same individuals as they're passing through, that these are 100% foreigners, and most likely belong to some kind of private military group. These are not normal merchants or traders. But they are
This is an
moving something.
unusual looking group. Just like casually pointing at them, just like, don't see that sort of thing around here terribly often.
Armor's giving me Ignatius vibes. Just gonna squint up at Iggy.
Looks like mercenaries.
Ignatius will be clearly giving them the stink eye, but doing his best to maintain composure beyond that.
Do we
So brave.
ignore them, Iggy?
Yes.
A soft nod. Yeah, let's ignore them.
I will ask Ignatius, do you happen to, like, look at all in their direction? To, like, get eyes on them when it's brought to your attention?
I think it's going to be impossible for him not to momentarily seize up and, like, stare at them before attempting to regain composure.
Okay. Yeah, because you rolled, unfortunately, really bad, so I was going to see if anyone else is going to be able to bring it to your attention. You definitely recognize these. These are Silver Claw Company mercenaries. They are wearing the traditional armor.
Cool and good and good and cool. Alright. Ignatius is going to try and motion the group along to get out of here fast.
Yeah, we'll just wander along.
Just
Especially if he
skedaddle
looks,
past these folk.
if he looks uncomfortable, she's definitely not gonna mess around with this. She'll follow her around.
And with
Aspen's
that,
gonna be a little. Sorry.
we will go ahead and go on our break.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Catholic
Okay.
coffee.
Time to whip up a fucking drink.
Back soon.
I am here.
Or are you?
Me with my very, very spotty Tal'Dorei Republic mug. It's how I got it, and I kind of like don't care. It's like special to me. It is the only mug I have that does not have a complete flat cylinder top and bottom. I've removed every mug that has a narrow bottom ever since an incident.
You know, I'm gonna go make myself some hot cocoa. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully the technical difficulties do not persist for the next session.
I've been looking into possibly why. It might be because my GPU overloads of like Foundry. I think like if I noticed it was like the start, and that happened the last time. I wonder if I just take things slowly, it doesn't overload.
Is your graphics card like up to date?
Yes, it's. I think it's just the GPU itself.
Well, like, what kind of GPU do you have? Because I don't feel like it would be that intense.
It's like a 2000 like GTX thing.
It should be fine.
People seem to have like apparently there's an issue with my kind of computer, which is an MSI, where if the GPU and CPU get overloaded, it kind of locks it. It compromises the internet.
That's weird.
A network reset fixes it. But yeah, like just playing online, like even playing Ark, even when it like chugs, it's fine. It doesn't lock out.
And that's more of just Arc. That's not really your system as much.
I also notice I get a lot of like disconnect or reconnect. I joke that a lot, but I'll literally have like the red and blue bars like stacking on top of each other. So I wonder if it like freaks out. I think what could be also is like as soon as I start a game, I need to let it like the computer just process it. Otherwise, if I move around too much, it'll like or open too much things at once, it'll panic.
Probably need to upgrade your CPU too.
CPU was fine.
Yeah, but what generation is it?
i7.
Okay, no, the same as mine.
But like I'll look at my task manager and when I open like Foundry and the GPU will shoot up to like 95.
Do you have like MSI Afterburner on and everything?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, you could try overclocking your GPU.
Cry for that. This thing's like 4 years old. I'm not gonna knock it to you like either. It could be your game.
Yeah, I did just upgrade it, so it has been incorporating some new stuff.
And like you have a lot more stuff going on with the maps and things. It might be making my like GPU like get a headache because I've been usually fine. Like running Air was 100% fine because I'm very minimal with features on that.
Yeah. Where is... Yeah, if I pull up my asset library, I'm only using 1 gigabyte out of 5 gigabytes that I have available. And I've got a lot of stuff, but I haven't like hit like the high limit for like the low tier payment that I put into this thing.
I could also look into, I mean, we could test run this for next time. I might look into like the driver updates. There might be something, or like get something fixed on it.
Did you ever like take your computer to the shop because you did have those blue screen issues?
No, but that I feel has nothing to do with now.
Yeah, but I would still like your computer blue screened one time too many in a short period.
It hasn't happened for a good while now, even if like overwhelming stuff.
Hey.
I feel like Ark would have made it blue screen the times I played it.
Ark would have. I don't understand how you could have played Ark without it doing this. And
yeah, they literally
like
didn't
Foundry.
have any issues. Didn't have any issues in Ark other than general like it's
loading,
Ark, like normal Ark stuff. But like Foundry and God, I don't know what else. Mostly just Foundry, it seems, just killing your computer.
I think it's a GPU thing. I need to either overclock or like get it a critical driver update. Check for driver updates, like tweak something because it's like overwhelmed.
The picture.
Bail. That is a powdered sugar donut there.
Yes.
I'll just take it slow with Foundry and we should be fine. Because I was fine actually the session before this.
Yeah, we had more complicated, like the mega dungeon maps are surely more stressful than that last one was.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of tokens and a decent amount of effects. This map itself does not have a whole lot of effects. The River City one, or the Riverhead City was giving me a little bit of, like, delay. I wonder if it was just because the size.
What I'd recommend, Duo, I don't know if you know this, if you right-click the scenes, you can preload them. So if you hop in with, because only you can do it, but it will preload it for the whole server, basically. And it might cut down on load times for people, but I don't know if that's going to help too much. It has helped my players in my game a little bit. Some of the people that struggle with Foundry have not had as many issues since I've been doing it, but obviously it'll take a little while because it loads each individual map when you do it. So, but you have to do it to everyone you think is going to be used. So.
Hey, Norman, do you want to see more powdered donuts?
I wonder if updating
to go with my coffee, please.
I'm sorry?
Go.
Oh, I was just thinking aloud. I wonder if updating my graphics driver would help this issue, but like
it might.
Usually helps things
again,
like that.
It does use the GPU.
Have you tried the driver? Not the driver, the browser.
Oh.
Welcome back.
It's weird to see so many bears together.
Those are fermented apples too.
I mean, yeah, that'll chill them out.
It's weird seeing so many alcoholics in a bar.
They're getting lost in the sauce.
Is it really?
Alright, it looks like we are all here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you start making your way around and eventually are able to locate this Muddy Dog Tavern. You can see that it looks to be one of the more older buildings here. It's kind of like a wedge in place between several other buildings. It's a decent size, but it has definitely seen plenty of years of use. The entrance itself is pretty decently busy, and there are like crowds of people. There's a mix of some watchers just kind of on break, and definitely some out-of-town people. There's plenty of dock workers here too. It seems to just be a place for a lot of people to take a moment and get bearings before they get back onto shifts. But you, I assume, all head inside?
Yep.
Yep.
I imagine I'd be meeting up with them at some point.
Yes, I'm gonna assume that you are here.
Ignatius is gonna sort of pull everyone aside for a little moment and just have a quick little. I need everyone here to avoid those men at all costs. I don't know why they are here this far north, but I can assure everyone here that is nothing good.
Who are
What
they?
men?
What
They're
man?
mercenaries in town. The mercenaries. Do not interact
Yeah.
with them.
But who are they? If we're not interacting with them, I think it's good to know who we're dealing with.
I don't know why the Silver Claw are this far north.
That's... Well, if they're mercenaries, port brings everyone.
Yeah, that's bad news, honestly.
It would bring a small contingent, but the amount I've seen is concerning, to say the least.
Duo, we saw some of these guys in Louvain, right?
No.
No? Okay.
You.
It was Thieves' Army people, right? Yeah.
Thieves' Army people who Ignatius recognized had Silver Claw weaponry.
Right. That was me, because I remember you having us notice some mercenary-looking people, which I am assuming was the Thieves' Army.
Yes.
Right, okay. Other than the draconic-looking equipment, is there any other way we can tell who they are?
That's usually your best bet. They're boisterous enough to advertise their presence, which is why we were able to notice them right away.
Alright.
It's one way to strike fear from how it's gotten you all worked up.
I prefer the term apprehension.
You don't like them? Or, what's the reason? Mercenaries are dangerous, I get that, but you seem very adamant that we avoid this specific group.
They are scum, murderers, nothing more than the worst of society, I can imagine.
No, but we already hang out with one Darmvinian, so. Aspen smirks saying that.
Ignatius will bristle a little bit at that, like arch his back and definitely struggle to maintain composure. I would quite appreciate it if comparisons were not drawn between myself and them.
Mm-hmm.
I am just ripping you. You're going to
I understand.
Do we need to hide you?
No point in it, really.
It's hard to hide a dragon.
I was going to ask, how do you plan to go about that, Charlotte?
If anywhere we could buy a large cloak and hood, this is probably the place. But if I would not recognize you, then...
An icon of Dramphine will do more than enough to deter. Simply a silver dragon and a hood will draw more looks than this.
Alright. Make yourself known then. Well, don't go out and do it just passively.
Of course.
Well, do you have anything more to say about this before we move on, just in case?
Let's hope nothing comes of it. For now, let's try and enjoy this muddy dog tavern.
Alright. She'll look up to Aspen. You know this Madhu? You seem to know him.
Not from here though. He's normally a village of sorts further north, mouth of another river. I do not know why he is down here. But if he is telling ghost stories, telling people not to go up north, then perhaps maybe something has happened.
Let's go find him then.
All right.
He's somewhere in here.
Let's get a round of perception checks for anyone looking either for Badu or to maybe overhear anything interesting.
Overhearing rather than looking for Murdu.
I hear everything.
God damn.
I'm looking for Madu.
It's set. Your ears are award-winning.
Blast.
Ignatius is going to
Here's
be
gang,
attempting
here's
to
gang.
snoop. I'm so good at snooping.
Iseti is just rotating like a military radar station.
Fucking radar dishes.
You rolled 2 sets, Charlotte?
Oh, I don't know why I did twice. It would have been the 9.
Yeah, so I'm checking. Alright. Okay. We'll start with, a set with your natural 20. Being the Snoop. While being given privy to Ignatius's recent bout of information and moving through just to try to maybe overhear things from some of the local dock workers, you do get a slight conversation from one table. They are mentioning the Silverclaw Company by name, specifically when doing so, addressing their own personal docks that they apparently own in the harbor. And how the working conditions over there are always extremely awful. And they also drop a name, not a full name, but sort of like a title, it sounds like. And they mention that the quartermaster is a particularly ruthless woman.
Interesting.
And for Aspen, with your very easy 23, DC was not very high for you in particular, you do find Madhu. You know this old black bear Urson. You've probably met him once or twice before. You do know that his fur is pretty gray. He is definitely getting on in years. And he is currently over towards where one of the larger fireplaces is currently. And he's got what looks to be mostly several of the dock workers over near him at the moment. And he is currently going off about the weird events that are occurring over in the woods. As you're rolling up, he notices you immediately and kind of stops his story. Aspen, is that you?
Last time I checked.
Last time you checked,
No,
huh?
I've become someone else while you weren't looking.
He stands up and, like, gingerly walks over to you, just kind of, like, puts hands on, like, both your shoulders and just looks you over. You've gotten, quite big since I last saw you, Cub.
That was some time ago. Lots of training.
You've really bulked up. And that's a mighty nice axe you've got carrying with you now. You gone hunting?
Gone hunting, gone delving.
Oh, delving.
This arrow has been quite useful. But I've taken up delving as just something I felt I needed to get away. Speaking of delving, this is my crew. Aspen's gonna kind of motion to everyone.
Little gingerly wave.
Casual wave.
Charlotte will curtsy.
Vegas is picking his nose, not paying attention.
So the ski, I think, will just like approach as well, particularly interested to ask something along the lines of, so we've heard that there have been even more particularly unsettling things happening out in the woods as of late.
He looks back to, like, the rest of the people he was currently, like, telling the story to, and then looks to all of you as slightly nods and kind of, like, motions to, like, a little bit of a quieter area, and all the dock workers kind of, like, seem a little annoyed that the story was kind of interrupted. And he, gestures you all to, like...
Oh, I was listening to that.
move off to the side so he can potentially share something more pertinent with you.
I will be there with you in just a moment. Aspen's just gonna go to the bar and try and basically get a round of drinks for the crew and for Madhu.
Okay. I will say a full round of drinks probably take you about 3 silver in this instance. It's a pretty cheap bar.
Yeah, we're just talking like the
Man, only
standard
3
ale kind of thing. Aspen will just slide it over and try and carry all those mugs.
Madhu's managed to vacate a table of some loners, and it procures seats for everyone, and looks over towards you all. So word is spreading on the disappearances and such.
We have been sent to look for a scout, and well, I did not expect to find you here, but when I mentioned the scout, your name came up, and I had to come see. And Aspen's gonna place his drink in front of him.
I told that woman that there was no dungeon over there, but she was insistent that she go look for herself.
Has there been anything that has convinced her there was?
She'd heard multiple different rumors. There's lots of stories about the Lost Woods, but there was a rumor that was circulating not long ago about a monster. And they think that maybe a dungeon has sprung up in that area as a result. But having lived there for as long as I had, I don't feel like anything of that nature has occurred.
I have no reason to doubt you, but in the town called Dole, we did find a dungeon that had kind of become one with the sewers. It was very strange, but hard to detect otherwise. And there was a monster leaking out of that and doing horrible things in the town.
Well, there's been no threat to our village, so I don't really think that there's much going on in that way. But again, the Marine woman wouldn't listen to me when I told her it was not a great idea, but she was adamant to go look for herself.
Did she seem like she could handle herself?
No, she looked more than capable. She was dressed a lot more ready for the weather than your Marine friend. Just kind of gesturing to Vanya.
Wiggles the ring on the finger.
Does this one got lucky?
Dungeon or not, we have been asked by the Delvers to look into her disappearance.
Definitely want to make sure we can try and find her at least.
If there is dungeon, we clear it. If there isn't, we find Scout.
What's wrong, Iski?
Well, I suppose the question is if there's anything unusual to the nature of the disappearances as of late when compared to the normal fools wandering off into such a haunted lost wood.
Would you
Have
say
we
it's gotten
really
worse?
reached the point of Lost Woods being something we can measure as a standard metric?
How do you mean?
Well, if they happen to have been living here long enough, they should
Hey.
see if there is anything unusual by comparison. If you've left home to talk about it, there must be something, right?
Just an increase in delvers hunting ghost stories. Mostly coming from here, which is why I was hoping to scare some of them away. You know, get enough of that word to go around so maybe people will stop being curious.
I'd say a better tactic than saying it's extra scary is to say it's not scary at all.
I think you're having opposite effect. I think ghost stories will make most delvers want to go and investigate. What you do is say, there's nothing going on in town, but if you turn up, I will punch you in the throat.
Don't agree with that, but if you make it sound boring, then most delvers aren't going to want to go. Saying there's a big monster in the woods is it's like putting sugar out for ants.
Let me put it this way. The local Orion Watchers will not go into those woods.
For good reason.
Exactly. They know better.
What do you think's out there?
If you're asking my opinion, I would believe the stories that my pappy and my grandpappy told me from years back. And that's that some of the Howling Kings group of very talented sorcerers cursed this area. They weren't able to successfully make landfall, so they wanted to make sure that we couldn't use any of this land.
Can I make a history check to see if that, like, checks out? Like, that... If she would even know.
I'm gonna say there's not really a history check you can make from this. This is literally, like, word of mouth.
Just
like,
rumors,
ancestry. Yeah.
While he's, like, reciting that little story, Aspen's just nodding, like, yeah, you know, you may as well just be saying the sky's blue, like,
Well, would you, other than don't go in there, do you have advice for us? Because we're going in there.
He lets out a very annoyed and long sigh and looks to
Mid-
Aspen. Don't tell me you're going in there.
They said we would look for Scout. I did not say we would go into forest.
But that's where they are. I mean...
Well, I mean, we can follow their tracks, and if they go into forest, we can just say tough luck.
We go into forest, we see if they are there. If they are there, we bring them back. If they are not there, we look somewhere else. If there is a dungeon, there will be more problems than expected.
He did not leave home and become a delver to die this close to home.
These things have a way of happening.
Look, we've gone through worse than these woods, surely. We've killed demons.
Duh.
If anything, finding a dungeon out there would make things more predictable. There are a lot more potential hazards we could come across in a cursed land than the dungeon. Things that are a bit harder to plan for.
We'll just have to take this very cautiously. Find any evidence of the scout and hopefully find her, dead or alive.
If we get overwhelmed, which I think we've learned what our limits are at this point, then we can just turn back.
There are some things that steel cannot kill, and I think they reside in that forest.
I know this.
Right, yes.
I'll be prepared.
Good thing I'm not so dependent on it. And she kind of waves her hand with the starting motion of Shadow Bolt and just kind of lets it dissipate.
I mean, I have a few tricks up my own sleeve, but even so.
Aspen just kind of, like, as far as you can tell, staring at a ski for a few moments, just being like, actually, I'm starting to think you may be one of those things.
Oh, charm.
As she just casually starts to, like, weave the beginnings of Eldritch Blast.
I think we can handle it.
I've heard that before.
At least I have the sense and knowledge to get them out of there if it does start to go.
We've got a local, and I trust Aspen with my life, so I would go in there with Aspen.
Oh. Thank
Well,
you.
Well, if it's any consolation, just tell the next people who come through where we died, if that does it for
Exactly.
you.
Nobody's dying.
I mean, nobody gets found either, but it seems like I can't convince you, one way or another, not to go there. So, the least I can do is dig up some old charms I have, and they might give you some protection while you're there.
That would be appreciated. And if I can get this lot through to Viscadoo, I will get them to spend some gold in your town.
Happily.
Well, we don't have a whole lot to sell. Small, independent village. Most of what we get comes from your village, actually. So it's probably just going to end back up in your pockets either way.
It is
Wait.
not that counts.
Wait, your village?
Nadu looks at the rest of you like...
The village I am from.
Why would it end up in your pockets?
Metaphorical for the people of the town.
That's not a metaphor.
Just gonna squint. That's not... Yeah, I was gonna say, that's not what that term or phrase usually means. Looks to Madhu.
Aspen, if it is something that bothers you this much, we can simply drop it and move on.
Duh, we will drop it.
And we drop it.
Like a hot coal. Okay.
Just like looking between all of you, slightly confused, and looking at Aspen is like... Are you hiding something?
They do not know, they will not know.
Insight check.
Likewise.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I respect Aspen's privacy, but I'm still gonna vibe
Same.
check.
Oh, I'm not.
Oh god, the 6? I'm not finding any... Aspen's a brick wall.
Oh yeah, no. a ski isn't trying to you know, suss out if he's telling the truth. She's just coming to her own conclusion and deciding that's the truth.
Meanwhile, Issa and
I like
Iggy are
that
just
more.
reading them like a book.
Alright, what does a 24 and a 25 for Ignatius and a set get them, Tante?
Oh boy, what does that get them? I mean, Aspen's obviously very cagey about something. It's probably... There's a level of, not quite anxiety, somewhere between anxiety and annoyance that they wouldn't have seen in Aspen anywhere else. They're definitely hiding something that they consider to be a very big deal. Does that work?
I'd say that's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
This will suffice.
Vanya giving the look of fine then keep your secrets.
Well, I will lead you to my village then, since it borders on the edge of the Lost Woods. Cure you some of my ancestors' protective charms, and I will wish you luck, but I will not venture into those woods.
Trust me, if I wasn't bound to this group, I wouldn't either.
You're not bound to this group. You're not a slave. You can leave of your own volition if so desired. And while I would miss you, that is allowed.
I'm bound to you because I like you, you idiot.
Okay. Bound just has a negative connotation to me, that is all.
I like you, I do not want you to die, and I feel a spirit of loyalty towards you at this point. Don't
like
pick a thing
too,
of it.
and also don't want you to die.
Well, great news, because none of us are going to be dying just yet. If you don't recall the times before that we've been able to handle what other Delvers couldn't before.
I've got a lot planned. I don't plan on dying until I've done the things I want to do.
I'm gonna be honest, I was fairly confident we weren't going to die till you said something about it, Escape.
Nobody's going to die.
I don't ever plan on dying, I think I will live forever.
Y'all just like making yourself worry.
Oh, I'm not worried, I'm okay
I'm never
with
worried
this.
at all. I have so much faith in all of us.
It just occurred to me, you know Aspen, but you don't know any of us. I'm Vanya.
Nice to meet you. You dress like you were pretty far from home.
Yeah. The Balik.
Ah. Yeah, it's a quite different environment for you.
The exact opposite.
Explains why you need that ring.
I'm imagining I'm probably going to
Yeah,
need
when-
more than that later on.
Depends on how farther
When-
north you plan to go.
Vanya's going to look at us ski.
Yeah, just going to remark that, yeah, when the light hit it just right, the snowbanks out there almost looked like the dunes back out in the Balik.
Dune.
Actually,
I suppose they could also be rolling
Hello.
verdant hills if you squint at them enough, but
it does have the same sort of drift to it. It's just really cold and I don't like it, but I don't know how any of you live out here looking at Madhu in particular when she says it.
Yeah, we've adapted over time. It also helps that we're built pretty bulky.
That's really not so bad when you have this much fur.
And if you get closer to Jaegerwald and some of the more mountainous villages and cities, they also have summer stones, and those help keep those places warm and lit year-round.
Summer stones?
Wait, have you never seen a summer storm?
No.
Oh,
Don't even know what one is.
you are in for a treat. Imagine large crystals that give off the warmth and the glow of a warm summer's day under the mountain. Or on the ground, or there are veins of it all over.
Summer stones are also helpful for those who live underground or within the mountains itself, since they can produce natural sunlight that helps crops grow.
Oh, no, that's just cool. How big do they have to be?
They're pretty
They can be
huge.
very big.
Do they come smaller, though? Like handheld?
They usually don't produce enough warmth for any smaller chunks.
And if you find some, you never, ever break it off. Never break a shard of the sunstone.
Okay.
It's pretty taboo.
Is that for safety or culture?
A little of both.
Understood. As brisk a question as that is.
Depends
Plus,
where
if you break it
draw
off,
the
it stops doing the summer stone thing. It just becomes basic crystal.
You should definitely be careful, because certain lodge houses have issued death penalties for breaking a summer stone.
Okay.
That is why culture and safety.
Charlotte, writing this down. Don't ever break Summerstone.
For the many places around here, this is the only reason that Vanya will be able to eat. It's the only way we get vegetables.
One of those.
Understandable, I
smiles.
suppose.
Madhu turns to Aspen at this point. So, what do I tell your mother?
Charlotte looks up.
Tell her I am alive and well, and
And that you walked into the Lost Woods willingly?
she does not need to know that unless I don't come back for a very long time.
I'm gonna at least tell her I tried to stop you.
How much trouble are you gonna get into if you don't stop Aspen from going in that wood?
He's like sitting there thinking pretty hard.
Let's say this. Let's say it wasn't Aspen's fault. Aspen was just along with the group.
Fair.
We are the one going up there.
Yes, but I also live near the woods, and I know who's stupid enough to go in and out of that. Well, in. So, I would still be to blame.
I will make sure to come back in enough time that she does not feel the need to kill you.
If anything, I'm going to make sure Aspen does come back.
No one's gonna die.
Exactly.
No, you don't understand. He will die if I don't come back within a decent amount of time.
What? You're gonna come back,
Just not
so
say anything.
Yeah.
It's the speed.
What, is he going to stress himself out to the point of having a heart attack?
Lying to Aspen's mom is the last thing I think I can get away with.
Charlotte just looks down the floor.
how?
Fair enough.
She's just gonna drop it, but it's that like how the question was about to come up, but it's just like okay. I get the
I will
feeling.
tell you, listen this alone. My mother is scarier than anything we have faced as a group.
You know, if you're saying that, I'll believe it.
I'll take your word for that, yes.
I'm not going to question it.
Yeah, I'd probably rather walk into the woods than face your mom.
Now that you're so lucky. You're lucky I decided I wasn't gonna ask, but I really want to now, Aspen.
I appreciate you respecting my privacy.
She's just sat there like vibrating in rage. Just I don't think you know how much I need to know right now, Aspen.
You do not need to know.
Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Not gonna lose any fur over it. Just kind of starts brushing her arms a little bit.
I am sure your mother is plenty protective as well.
When she remembers who is near her, sure.
Just a simple yes or no question, Aston. Are we talking about the kind of woman here who makes the earth tremble the moment she walks in?
No.
Got it.
Is she going to try and murder us? Or is she... I just want to know if I should be prepared.
If Aspen dies, I get the feeling the answer to that question is yes.
I will take responsibility.
Look, I know you've been talking about going to Ispisk on the way to the Jäger Vault, and I would still say we don't have to, and we could just go right to it. But if you did want to stop, if we go quickly, then you don't have to meet. It's fine. We can sneak through.
We don't have to go.
You're gonna try and sneak past your mom? That explains why you want to go into the woods.
The mystery is going to kill me!
Something tells me it won't be able to be kept a mystery for long, so...
Aspen, you're my friend, but my blood pressure is going crazy right now.
Fania gets up from the table. Just tell me if anything important happens. I can't be around this right now. She walks out the bar.
I think for the sake of everybody's stress levels, we should just move on.
We carry on. We drop it. However, we are still going to go north into the woods.
Very well. Whenever you're ready to depart, let me know. I'm gonna be here. Maybe scare some sense into somebody else.
I'm pretty much set.
Someone who needs it, yes.
Is there anything else we need to do in town?
No.
But unless you want to go shopping.
No, I think we... Well,
We're pretty stocked. I think we're good to go.
I mean, it could... If we're going to the woods, we may have to stake out for a while.
I think we have the supplies for this.
I think we're good.
All right. I trust Aspen.
Just gonna go right ahead and double check the amount of supplies we actually do have.
Yeah, because
a week.
We should definitely double check that because I don't know how much we used getting from Riverbed to Edelstann.
We used a week basically because we need another week's at the least, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Snow and woods could really slow us down.
To be fair as well, with the horses and wagons and traveling up there, and then maybe we could a little extra.
I could make food if you want to, but it'll be really bland.
It's better than what Aspen's been cooking.
Ignatius will like
Out of the side of my
nudge Vegas with enough force to almost knock him over.
I parry.
Okay.
That's it.
Do not approach Vegas on wake up.
Sick joke to you.
So yeah, I think the general verdict is let's buy more supplies.
Alright.
We're gonna need it.
Definitely the place to get just about anything you need at the moment. So, getting more rations and feed for the wagon in general. You see, you want to get another week's worth?
Yeah. I do want to look for a hand crossbow too.
Oh, shoot. I want to look for something too.
Mm.
I want to get a rapier.
Stealing my steez.
Alright.
Flattery is the highest form of flattery. Wait, shit.
Wait,
Imitation is the highest form of
Yeah, looking for a hand crossbow myself.
Looking for a hand crossbow. With the amount of different arms and arbalets being imported as well. Yeah, you are able to find several different stalls that are selling various types of crossbows. You're looking for one that's a little bit more compact. Definitely, because you said hand specifically. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're looking for one that's definitely smaller, but also more fit for your size and use.
Actually, sorry.
As you are also looking around and you're perusing different amounts of wares, I will say that you do get noticed by a particular individual who sees you perusing through some of the weapons on display and kind of like slinks up next to you. Is like, "Are you looking for anything in particular?"
I instantly want to insight check this guy.
Oh, absolutely.
This is sus. That seems fine.
Real greasy salesman vibes.
Oh, nothing too special. Just a hand crossbow.
Oh, we'll be
Something
looking for the best
one-handed.
quality weapons. I suggest you check out the Silverclaw stall over here.
I'm assuming the rest of the group is nearby.
Up to them.
Ask me to be
Biggest
sticking
walks
by.
away.
Also described,
yeah.
this particular individual is a Vulpan man, and while he does not appear to have, like, the same armor you saw on the mercenaries before, he has a very similar, like, color palette to his outfit.
Right. So just kind of looking him over with that. Are you trying to... You one of their salespeople, I take it?
Guilty.
I'd much rather shop locally.
He looks a little annoyed now.
I'm just browsing because I looked and realized Charlotte's not specialized in martial weapons.
Oh.
Clerics.
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 Proficient in everything but martial.
The Vulpan individual kind of, like, moves back towards the middle of the district, and is now kind of like looking for someone else to like direct
As
that
he
way.
does walk away, she will shout, "If I don't find one, I'll come over though."
Vanya, stop being nice.
That's not being nice.
That was being nice. That man does not deserve an ounce of respect.
I'm gonna find something elsewhere, guys. Come on, this is a massive port town.
Exactly. So, I'm
So
putting this in the
that's-
politest terms I can. Fuck that guy.
How to put it?
Not before dinner.
It's a little backwards compliment in a way. I don't intend to go there, and he knows it.
Duh, we will find you the itty bittiest crossbow elsewhere.
It's...
Look, you want a small crossbow for a small person. This is going to be an itty bitty crossbow.
No, I want a one-handed crossbow. It doesn't have to be for itty-bitty people unless it's huge.
Well, one-handed crossbow is a small crossbow anyway.
With all
Vanya,
due respect, Maya, you're half my height.
Yes, but
Vanya? Do you have a spare dagger?
kind of flips it out, flips it over so the blade's in her hand and she offers it over. That is my last one. Yeah, of course.
Oh, no. Really?
Well, if I'm getting this crossbow, I won't need it.
Oh, I still owe you a mace.
I am not
I-
being disparaging, by the way.
And my axe.
I just think we should find you a properly sized crossbow for what you want.
I have a light crossbow. It's good for what you would say is good for what I want, but I want to be able to use my sword in one hand and a crossbow in the other. There's a practical use to it. I'm fine. I know what I'm looking for.
Oh, I know.
As she hands the dagger over to Charlotte.
Yeah.
To make it easy for you, Charlotte, I'll drop it in treasure.
I would say I
And
just
then you
dropped
just
it
pull it out
already.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you took it from me too. Nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll continue my hunt for the hand crossbow.
All right. Give me a investigation check.
Can I help to give advantage on that? Because Aspen's going to be using their height
Yeah.
to kind of like look over the crowd as much as possible. And
I have a proposal. Instead of Aspen looking over the crowd, you just pick up Vanya.
Right?
Searchlight.
do you want it? Do you want to sit on my shoulders? You could see over everything and.
Hasn't finished the sentence, have already crawled up your back.
Okay. That was eerily fast.
Hey, I'm good at that.
All right. With a 19 and some quick scaling, you notice a particular stall that catches your eye. It is run by a otter, and you notice that while some of the wearers look a bit smaller in general, they're a little bit more intricate. It seems like there's been a non-zero amount of alchemical implementation into these weapons to potentially make them a bit more efficient. And you notice that some of the hand crossbows that they have available have a bit more of a mechanical nature to them. They are definitely a lot more compact. You could potentially even conceal this and use it almost at the same time. It is more of a wrist-mounted crossbow.
Vanya's eyes light up. This like big, not wet, sad cat energy, but more like anime girl seeing a juicy cake or something, and is instantly hopping down off of Aspen's shoulders and running over to that stall.
I'm picturing the cat's eyes when they're entering silly mode.
Yeah. Is the stall low enough for me?
Oh yeah, easy.
I'd imagine with him being a Latin. Cool. Alright. Are they priced?
On the table, yes, he's got several different sizes and scales laid out for several different types of crossbows. There's some weird looking ones on here too. There's one that looks like it's like a shoulder mounted crossbow. You're not entirely sure how that one operates.
I want it.
That sounds liable to take your head off.
Yeah, there some interesting design choices. But for like some of the smaller ones, particularly like the ones that you were looking that were like wrist mounted, it currently labeled as about 500 gold.
Oh.
And he looks at you as you express interest, like, "Oh, did you one of these catch your eye?"
Oh, definitely, but I am not sure my crew would appreciate me taking another large amount of gold out. Do you just... Oh, I want it so bad. She just keeps eyeing the really compact one. But, are there a, like, collection of more typical hand crossbows?
From this particular stall, no. He's got very strange and intricate ones.
For what it is worth, I think it is probably a good thing for you to have, and yeah, I do not really know how we are working out shares, because I have not expressed much interest, but you could take whatever is in my share.
Okay, but I mean, we've got the. Would you take payment in non-gold, like gemstones or pearls?
I could potentially use gemstones. What do you have?
Kind of look to the rest of the group, just as a. Is this okay?
When I want a fancy new set of plate armor, I will keep this in mind. Go ahead.
Kind of grab one of the god-sized pink pearls from whoever is carrying one. I just kind of drop it on the table as gently as I can, which is to say it's basically a thud because this thing's as big as her head.
Oh, wow. Where out in the sea did you pull that out of?
Actually, it came out of Lake Rhineblast.
Kind of looks up at you for a second. Is like, pearls.
Dungeon.
This bit. Oh, okay.
Ugh.
That makes more sense. Yeah, I could definitely use this. Yeah, I'll take it.
So 1 for 1.
Sure.
Fantastic. Just kind of rolls it gently, but rolls it across the table.
I feel like you could drop that thing on the floor and it'd leave a dent.
Probably.
I think it would win.
For all intents and purposes, this is a +1 hand crossbow that has the extra feature of being able to be concealed.
Nice. Thank you, folks.
I think
It's the
extremely
coolest
useful
Assassin's
for everyone.
Creed Ezio Auditory.
Think
crossbow,
Assassin's
right?
Creed wrist
crossbow.
mounted. Yeah.
Also, for the record, Iggy, I think when you want a nice shiny set of plate armor, I will say the same thing. It is useful to have a group well equipped.
It's expensive, that's all.
Yeah, most good things are.
She's gonna try to kind of. It's a little sloppy because she's never mounted something like this to the wrist before. She kind of. How do you
like this? And he like hops over the table. And he seems very excited to have sold one of these, and he places it in a way that it puts it on the underside of your wrist, and there's a loop.
Oh.
And you put the loop around the middle finger, and he has your hand like hold out straight, and it says when you want to fire it, you essentially like pull your wrist down. And it gives it a clear way to shoot, and that releases the bolt.
So above table, she's Spider-Manning crossbow bolts
Yes.
at people. I love it.
Because you're using you're using a pulley that's attached to your middle finger to create distance, and that's releasing the mechanism.
Love it.
Can I lean in and get a closer look and see if this fella still has all their fingers?
In perception check. Yeah, he still has all his fingers. His hands are kind of messed up.
To be
There
expected.
a bit of missing patches of fur and some scars here and there. He's clearly tinkering and experimenting in weird ways. He's probably shot his fingers a few times doing this.
Aspen's just gonna like lean down towards Vanya, just very quietly. Like, you seem quite shocked. Is that a lot of money for something like this?
Just kind of looks at Aspen with this look, very incredulous. Really? It's expensive, but it's definitely worth the money. She's just eyeing it. Just you've probably the group has probably never seen her this pleased the whole time they've known her.
We can have nice things.
Side note, I am going to ask, what's the date?
I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay.
Sunday the 21st.
Because if it is the 4th, 420 joke, insert, it is her 21st. So she's very close to being older. Hooray.
Birthday.
If I remember right. Anyway. But yeah, she's incredibly happy with this thing and is kind of talking shop with the guy, just asking if it takes usual bolts or that sort of thing.
Yeah, he describes the smaller bolt sizes that you're able to get a hold of. It uses a lot of the standard ones that the hand crossbow would use. And he also describes like the different process of how it was assembled and the mechanisms for what goes in it. And it's surprisingly, despite how complex it looks, the way it is like put together is a lot simpler than you would imagine it to be. And they go over it with you in a way to let you know basically how to fix it if something were to like stop working, or like what the most likely thing to cause it to like jam would be. And you notice that like the two, because like a normal crossbow has like the tension string that's pulled back and held in place. This one has the same kind of tension, but it's got these two wheeled like spokes on the side of each other with this rubbery material that is creating friction where the bolt sits, and they're essentially pulled extremely tight, and when that release is pulled, that's what sends the bolt flying.
Nice. Okay, I like this. Yeah, she'll as she's, rolling down the sleeve, so, well, she doesn't have sleeves, so it's just there on the wrist, just in the open, it's not even concealed. She goes, I didn't catch your name. I'm Vanya. Offers the not crossbowed hand to shake.
I'm Norris.
Norris, where are you from, usually?
Oh, I'm from Vigneault.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah,
Really now.
I was trying to sell some of my different creations down there, but they weren't catching on as much, so I thought I'd try my hand further north.
Any luck other than myself?
Do you remember this fella? Is it possible they run into each other one chance?
No. This guy's pretty young.
They sever paths, got it. Alright,
Yeah.
just checking.
Yeah, he's probably almost the same age as Vanya, actually.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Young.
He seems very excited that you've bought this, but he has mentioned that there's been a couple other interests in what he's made. And he does mention that he's probably going to try his hands over at Severport later. See if that any of the more Navy people on that side of the side of Oria would be more interested in it.
I bet you could make a killing with that on the causeway.
Oria's a good choice. The hunters here, the Navy over the east. You made a good choice getting up here.
I don't mean to be a downer, but I'd imagine they might be interested in something a little larger.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm thinking that I might be able to make something of a similar style, maybe in a ballista form. I haven't worked that big, but I could probably do it.
Like a deployable ballista?
Yeah. I've worked on schematics for it, but I don't have the materials or the money for something that big.
What about wagon-mounted ballista?
I've heard of those.
I think that's already a thing out of character.
Well, a lot of the wagon-mounted ballistas are just kind of there once they're deployed. I might be able to make one that maybe collapses, make it a little bit more spacious.
Secret weapon.
Yeah, like a deployable.
Norris, I would like you to stay in contact with our group.
I was about to say the exact same thing.
Of course. I'm gonna be making my way east after this, and then seeing how that goes.
Ignatius would reach down into his pocket and manage to count out like 20 gold pieces and just set them on the table and slide them towards him. Considered it in advance for interested party.
Oh, thank you. I'll definitely put this funding towards my research.
And I'll make sure to sing your praises. This thing looks like it'll work really well, so...
Oh, you have to tell me about it whenever you get into any more delves.
Will do. Where are you planning on traveling next, did you say?
Heading to Severport on the eastern coast. There's just a larger Navy settlement and port there, so...
Well, if we don't catch you, I'll try and send a message your way with the couriers.
I have a sending spell too.
Okay, well
That'll
that
work.
makes it a lot easier.
It's I'll keep in touch. Maybe in a while. It's not something I could really do daily.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't ask for daily, and I don't think daily would... I think that would get annoying, and she looks to Norris.
I might be a little too busy for that, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll keep you in the loop. If it blows a finger off, then you'll know.
No, it shouldn't do that, and he kind of gestures to his own hands.
She gives it a little bit of a wince, like... Well, lesson learned, right?
Yeah, I still have more fingers, so...
Am I the one of the first to buy these?
No, I've sold a couple others.
Oh, good.
Oh,
This
now
is-
you're reluctant to think about having a finger chopped off?
No, I've done worse.
No, it wouldn't take your finger off. The worst thing is it would just
would
have
hurt.
a bolt sticking out of it.
Yeah.
Norris, could you make a sword that looks like this? Vegas is scribbling in his notebook, handing over a sword that takes the shape of like the Stussy S.
Oh my god.
Scene over. We're moving on. We're done. We're gone. Goodbye.
No, I don't think so.
I'll find a smith.
Should try Jägerwelt for that. I hear
Oh,
they've
I'm
got
heading in that
good
direction.
Covenant forges there. Anyways. Anything else anyone is particularly looking at the moment?
Nah, Charlotte's admiring Vanya's new weapon.
Aspa's gonna try and probably wander off alone at some point and try and pick up some very Orient style fabrics. Just a little bit, just some nice pattern stuff.
Like materials or full clothing?
Materials.
Okay.
They're gonna do something they've done before.
Got it. You probably find some, like, and depending on how, like, much material you're wanting to get, take about, like, 3 to 5 copper.
Yeah, quite a small amount.
Yeah.
And then, returning to the group with that material, Aspen's gonna ask Vanya to stop for a moment.
Stops.
Aspen's going to kneel down, pull out the material, and basically hold Vanya's hands out and fashion almost exactly the same type of wrist wraps that Aspen uses. So the crossbow is concealed.
Oh,
I'm gonna look very weird with these along with. That's fine. Thank you.
You can tell people it's a souvenir. I do not have the obsidian to add to the... But the tie should work fine.
Yeah, feeling a little overwhelmed, actually. Thank you, everyone.
I thought, what is the point of having a concealable crossbow if you cannot conceal it?
I've got this rapier on my hip. Everyone knows I'm armed.
But I do not need to know you are double armed. I do not know.
I
Double legs too.
used to be of someone who used to like put out this little cannon that would shoot things. It catches people by surprise.
Okay.
He's an artificer. They tend to do that.
I thought he was
hmm.
not an artificer. I don't know what the joke is. My apologies.
I hardly know her.
Yeah, you're fishing pretty hard tonight.
Plus some good Nordic designs on you look quite good.
Thank you. Either way.
It suits you, the element of surprise.
I mean, as long as the small jokes stop, I'll be happier. I know they're done in good faith. Sometimes they're a little annoying.
When the cop jokes stop, so will the small joke.
I don't think I've said it since we first met.
I'm actually kind of tall for a Marine, at least.
I do not intend to make any jokes. I'm just sometimes aware of the difference
You-
between us, and I feel I need to be careful because of that.
While you guys are
Michelle,
having
let's
this
go hold the
conversation, Ignatius, you notice that Vulpin individual who has been kind of like perusing around the stalls, basically trying to fish for customers to direct towards theirs, starts to like move in the direction of your group, and sees you and stops for a moment and looks a little surprised and also possibly a little fearful.
Ignatius will, he's gonna give him the look. Gonna make himself look taller, sorta narrow his eyes and bare his teeth a bit, try and get him to kindly fuck off.
He does not need any more warning and immediately leaves.
Cool, alright, so that's definitely not gonna pop up in the next 30 minutes to be an issue. Oh boy. Let's keep shopping.
Well, I'm definitely sorted, and we got the supplies. Does anybody else need anything?
Mm. No,
Why not
I
pick up
think,
provisions while we're here? We still need those, right?
No, we got that. We got that before I got the crossbow.
So should we set out?
Sounds
Well,
good.
then it's a question of if there's anything we can find here that would specifically help us with anything more supernatural we might find along the way.
Yeah, let's try and like peruse for specialty items. Get this as weird.
Well, just gonna look at Iggy for this. You're a paladin. What do you think we should go for?
Big sword.
Yes, big sword. How can I not? But the fella at the bar did mention protective charms and wards. Some sort of, I don't know, potions or cocktails against the cold could prove useful.
Mm-hmm. I was more talking about the. You said specifically against the weird stuff. Madhu said he was going to dig out some charms for us, but
I mean, yes, of course. How do I put this in the way I intend? Weird stuff, potions, wards, charms. Let's see if they have anything here. Why, Edelstann might prove worthwhile.
so like healing potions and resistance stuff.
Precisely.
Okay.
All right. Give me investigation checks from the party.
Yay.
I do lose.
Fuck, man.
Anyone else?
Well, we did get a 20.
Yeah.
What we rolling for? Investigation.
Investigation.
I knew it was going to be bad.
Aspen's too busy sizing up Vanya's little wrists.
Not the worst roll, but Charlotte's got a 20. Come on.
Yeah. Ignatius and Charlotte, perusing around and looking for maybe something a bit more, specialized in a way like this. You don't find things as immediate in the marketplace. But you do get, word that you could probably find something weirder like this, closer to the docks and the harbor itself. Sometimes there are some smaller stalls that sell protective charms and good luck items to sailors.
Now, Charlotte explains, go. Something I've sort of learned is when it comes to these sort of things, never go for the charlatans. Go for the locals. They are visited time and time again, and they actually have faith in protecting people.
Would I
What's a
potentially
charlatan
know
look
any,
like?
like, local established potion shops or whatever?
Again, with the searching about, I'm gonna say that the individual, not so much potions, but again, more protective charms, are gonna be found on the dock, is the general area where you're being kind of like led to.
Let's go to the dock then, baby.
Yes. So,
Sailors.
venturing further in, it's very busy. There's things coming and going. You do see, on occasion, there are some areas where, like, people are being transported. There's some ships large enough to, like, fit wagons and such on, so there are some Delver crews that are coming in and going out, and being transported across the seas. Kind of unclear which destinations are going where, but you do take note of a white raccoon who seems to be directing people about in different ways, and looks like might be a good source to inquire further.
And we're looking for charms, correct?
Yes.
Potions and charms.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlotte is going to gradually approach, carefully squeezing through the crowd until she gets up to this raccoon.
Ignatius does no such thing. He just sort of assumes the crowd will break around him.
Yeah, you're big.
Same for Aspen, to be honest.
Yeah, you said it's not going to do a whole lot of dodging around people either.
I don't move around people. If they bump into my shoulders, it's their fault.
You're just gonna see Charlotte's ears like gradually wade through.
All right. You get up a bit closer, and this Snow White looking raccoon looks towards all of your group, and then his eyes snap up towards Ignatius for a second. Is like, oh, I was not privy to information that Soratus was here. Is there something I can help you with, sir?
The whole party looks at Ignatius.
My group and myself are looking for some implements to assist with exploring a forest later in the week. I have brought myself forward with them in order to assist with this matter.
Well, if you're looking for something amongst the locals, there's a couple of superstitious stalls along the further edges of the docks. You can tell from the way he's describing them that he doesn't sound particularly convinced. I will say, you do notice that this particular raccoon, while not wearing colors that would represent anything like this company you've seen before, he does have a badge. Like an emblem, like, attached to his harbor master uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and just wanted to update you as well. The shipments have been moving just fine through Aurea. Most of them have reached Severport on time and with no delays. So, your parents would be most keen to that information.
That is wonderful to hear. Say, folks, how about I discuss business matters with this gentleman? I didn't catch your name. And
Tenzel.
Tenzel. It's wonderful to meet you, Tenzel. If you'd like, you can go browse wares while I handle logistics with Tenzel.
Charlotte is gonna make her way towards the superstitious stalls that Tenzel was pointed out earlier.
Vanya's gonna wander along, seeing there's a very tense atmosphere over there.
Yeah, I mean, that, but also, like, aside from that, seeing if there's anything with, like, selections that could give, resistance to cold, resistance to necrotic, or things like that. Things that are knowingly effective against any kind of, ghastly unliving, like they say, live out in the Lost Woods.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But
Okay.
before then, I would like to share a few final words before we reconvene with my group for the rest of the day, if that's okay with you, Tinsel.
Oh, of course. I will, I'll wait right here.
Of course. Ignatius will, sort of gesture the group away out of earshot. He'll sort of stand there, attempting to mouth words for a moment, looking for what to say, not really able to get anything out at the moment before closing his mouth, taking a deep breath. I did not intend for it to go this way, but I might have to part ways with the group for the moment. They were not supposed to know I'm here. This is a delicate situation, and if I do not make it back by sunset, I want you to leave without me. I will catch up.
That is very poor timing.
we could
Yes,
have Charlotte message you.
Yes,
would be appreciated.
I'll keep in touch.
I have ways to keep in touch as well.
Would it?
How frequent would you like a message? Daily? Weekly?
Weekly.
Weekly. All right.
I
Gotta
can't
write
be
that
sure
down.
of prying ears or watching eyes in this situation.
Vanya hesitates for a moment, but then she is going to take a necklace off and hand it over. It's more than just a representation of my faith. This will stop people from trying to scry on you or anything like that. And she'll hand it over.
Ignatius would absolutely accept this and evaluate it as a necklace for a moment before seeing the sort of difference in their neck size and instead fashion it into a small bracelet that he held tight in his hand.
Oh my gosh.
It's I'm gonna want it back.
I intend to see it back in your hands in a short bit of time.
Right.
I'm going to be sad if I do not get to bully you for too long.
I will miss you too, Aspen. I hope this will be nothing more than a small bump in our journey together.
Better not be, otherwise I'm going to hunt you.
If it comes to that, it might be appreciated.
If there's trouble, we can make our way to you. You're not alone.
I'll write you.
That would be nice, Vegas. I will attempt to keep you as up to date as I can.
Oh, also, we need to talk before you go.
Yeah, we can do that privately. I don't want to keep Tinsel waiting too long. He doesn't seem like that bright of a fellow, at least.
Go impose on him more. It was fun to watch.
I do not like being that person, but if it has to be done.
Okay.
And unless otherwise, motion to Ignatius would break off with Vegas.
Yeah, Charlotte's gonna motion everyone else to go with her to split them.
Alright, Vegas and Ignatius, you have the same?
If I think I know what you're about to say, I do apologize for the horrible timing on this situation.
Wait, no, okay. Listen, we're headed to Jagerbolt soon, and I'm supposed to have my first assignment with the Thieves' Army there, and I have no clue what I'm doing.
Shit.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna try my best here, but I'm just gonna need some support from afar. Hence writing you. Regardless of that, did I say too much when we met with the general? I've been thinking that over, and how everything fell into place in his favor.
The general is a clever man. Too clever for his own good, I'd say, but right now we are at a disadvantage. Thankfully, you have the favor of distance, and as of now, time.
Right. I was thinking about sending him on a wild goose chase, just in case I think I might need more time here.
No, that would only, I don't want to say embolden him, but it would keep him interested, and then the moment he sees nothing has come of it, he might turn. Tacit cooperation.
Yeah. Anyway,
Small
I'll keep you
concessions
posted.
would be made, but yes, please keep me up to date. I'm worried about you.
Right.
Ignatius will sort of teeter awkwardly on his heels for a moment before moving forward to give Vegas a hug.
Oh yeah, I reciprocate.
With a firm pat on the back, Ignatius will let it linger for a moment before breaking off once more and having his hands on Vegas's shoulders. I hope
Yep.
this is no longer than a week or two. Heavens forbid, a month.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Stay safe.
Here's hoping.
With a small nod towards the rest of the group and another firm shake of Vegas, he will turn away and walk towards the harbor master, who I have already forgotten the name of. Tinsel or whatever. Tinsel. Tinsel. I want to say that's in character. He's forgotten the name of. It's just going to be Tiskle. Yeah, Ignatius will leave to meet up with the raccoon and head off in a separate direction.
He nods vigorously to you as you return. We've kept up well with the harbor since the purchase, so it's been doing very well. And the Trade Lord sent over one of his more esteemed counterparts to help manage the situation in here, ensure that the shipments are all moving on time.
That's splendid to hear. Do you know their name at all?
They go by the Quartermaster. That's all.
Quartermaster.
All we were given. She's
All
very
titles.
fierce Latin woman.
Let's see. I look forward to meeting her. I'm sure she is as ruthless as she is cunning.
Absolutely. The Trade Lord only sends his best. And you and him head off in a completely different direction.
Hmm.
The rest of you, are we continuing our search for these trinkets?
Oh, yes.
Seller.
I suppose we are, yes.
All right.
Yep.
Trinkets and beyond.
Potion seller, I need your strongest potions.
Shut up, I'm busy ready for TV now.
Further in, you do notice that there's a couple different stalls, but a lot of them don't look particularly, what's the word? Trustworthy? They definitely look like scam setup stalls. They definitely have several vibes that give off that these are probably just random items that they've procured and are claiming to do something.
There's gotta be some scams running there that Aspen just knows from way back when.
Oh yeah, you've definitely seen a couple when it comes to stuff like that.
Aspen's just pointing them at her as they go down the lines.
There is one particular woman that you take note of. A wolf woman, actually, further on one of the piers, and she is selling carved whale bones, and they have various inscriptions and what to be runic-like glyphs carved with some kind of red substance into them. And these much more catch your eye in particular, Aspen, and you feel like these are things that Orion sailors are more traditionally going to keep on them for protection.
I've seen them before, I assume.
Oh yeah. Whale bones are one of the more common items that are used for this particular superstition. Whether they work or not, it varies from person to person.
Well, if you've got the protection charm or a lucky charm, those are usually a good bet.
Would one be enough for a group, or do we need to get one individually?
sailors tend to carry them individually, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah. Sometimes they'll wear them as necklaces or bracelets. Sometimes they just keep them in their pockets. Just having them on their person generally makes them feel safer.
Yeah, usually more of a sailor's thing, but it's individual. You'll wear it as maybe a necklace or a bracelet, or you just have it somewhere on your person. Don't know for sure how good they are, but I've seen a lot of people put faith in them.
I go to a place and I've been told that there's ghosts, undead, I take the matter seriously. So I'm
I
game
feel
set.
like I'd like to take every opportunity to stay safe.
Alright. Approaching this wolf woman.
Hello. My friends and I are going to be traveling through the north. And we have heard we want to look into trinkets for safe travel, particularly with some of the things we've heard that go up north.
Oh my. You are not thinking of going into the woods, are you?
Briefly. I will not lie.
Well, I might have something for that particular region. There are very special things that grow in those woods that are very hard to come by. So, let's see. And she shifts through and she pulls out a very intricate looking piece of bone. It is carved sort of like, not in a full triangle shape. It's got like individual points kind of stretch a bit more thin, whereas the body in the middle is a bit more bulky. It's an interesting shape. And it has multiple runes carved into it itself, with a bit of a red tint, and there are seems to be, in addition to it, beads and feathers that are like woven in with a not quite a fishing line, but a stronger like cable that are, it looks very ramshackle, but at the same time it still has this kind of sense of mysticism to it. And out of character, I need to ask Vera, is Mocha with you?
I suppose I would have left her at the wagon just because, like, feels a bit weird to like take an entire animal into a fucking market.
Okay, fair enough.
Mocha today being like, I sure hope I don't get involved in this situation.
Yes.
Like, I don't need random salespeople going like, "Is that your pet, G?"
Yeah. Again, very, very ramshackle looking, but still has a very mystic aura to it. You're not really able to ascertain its purpose, but she is offering to sell it to you.
Would this be suitable for a wagon or for an individual?
This particular one would be suited for a group, assuming you can remain together within a decent proximity of one another. It's very good at repelling those of unnature.
How much?
Given that you're probably going to go into the woods and I won't see you again anyways, 5 gold.
I hand her the 5.
she hands you the bone charm in return.
Will you be adding inventory, or should I just add it?
I will put it into your inventory later.
Thank
She
you.
specifically said it wards against unnature, right?
Yes. She also seemed to give up the sense that there are things in those woods that she has retrieved, which suggests that she has left said woods. Which is not something you've heard anybody that has referred to this woods as a possibility.
Yeah, I was about to ask a question about that. So you've been in there and come out.
Been in is a little bit of a loose word.
Do you have any recommendations? Obviously, apart from don't go in, because we very much are going in.
I don't recommend it. I don't know exactly what lies beyond those trees, but there are a great deal, many ghosts that haunt those woods. I've used them to see what I can find. You get the feeling she's giving off very witchy vibes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. They're used to it. A ski gives off witchy vibes every day.
Yeah, Vanya's been around a ski for months at this point. This is nothing.
Charlotte is
Not as he
staring
said,
bold.
even if in a more subtle way.
Yeah,
Charlotte's
Set would be
staring-
more familiar with this type of witch in particular, ones who dabble with ghosts.
Charlotte's gonna stare boldly at this witch, but still hand the 5 gold and take it. I appreciate the advice.
Well, I guess I'll find out if I see you again or not.
You will.
You may not.
Well, we might not come back to Edelstann, but we're gonna leave.
Well, if you see anything particularly horrific, I might see your ghost. She's
You'll
kind of
probably see its
smiles.
ghost rather than ours.
Charlotte's already leaving.
Safe journeys.
You too.
And you.
All right. Anything else as we draw towards the end of the night?
Nope.
None here?
I don't think there's anything that we could do in 2 minutes.
Yeah, nothing that I could think of.
All right. So I say that you'll reconvene with Mandu at the Buddy Dog Tavern, and he mentions that they'll lead you to Viscadoo first thing in the morning, and that is where we will end our session for the night.
Alright.
Yay!
And as evident by Ignatius' sudden absence, Priest will not be with us for a little bit. So when they become next available, I will be able to shoehorn them in a pretty reasonable manner.
Mm-hmm.
Who do we gotta beat you
I
up to
can't
keep you around,
believe
Priest?
The government. The U.S. government.
They're
Well, that's easy enough.
Government.
That's
Hey, it's only the
fine.
state
Like,
government.
they're hiding
Oh, it's the state government. That's more
Ignatius'
manageable.
side story in like a streaming series.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll be the spinoff on Hulu.
Yeah, no, I plan to do a one-shot session to catch things up as well, depending on how long it takes.
Right. Okay.
So
Phenomenal.
You'll get a little bit of an adventure and a whole lot of extra exposition.
Yeah, it just scheduling just sucks.
It's fine.
Yep.
It happens.
Alas,
But this
Can't help
particular way that I pulled you out works really well, because I could almost drop you back into the story quite literally any time.
Yeah,
so
it's a good.
it'll
it's a good
it'll
way.
work well.
Would. For now, I bid adieu, as will the rest of you.
Yeah,
Hooray, I'm the sole religious authority now.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh, now you're
Bye.
outnumbered.
Bye.
Congrats. Bye.
Good night, folks. Y'all take care.
But
Like,
Good night. Wait, did we lose Norman already?
Norman's gone.
Damn. Alright, anyway, goodbye.
Bye.